Okay, you can all have your seat. Our distinguished Senator, Senator Derek Mayaga, who is a living testament of leadership in this county, the funny senator of Margibi County. But every time he's around, we know the spirit of leadership is still around, and we still benefit from the wisdom and his experience. I want to say thank you, Senator Mayaga, for coordinating such a unique occasion. Our paramount chief and local authorities, our commissioners and former commissioners, our senior elder, the teaching staff and prominent citizens from Gibi district, our citizens in general from the 2 clients and the 3 proposed client, members of the full estate. I want to say thank you to the Almighty God who has given us the grace of life to be among the living. To be living, you have good health, you be able to move around, you will not value until you go to the hospital. You know, someone said, if you want to know the importance of life, visit 3 places. Visit the police station, you know freedom is important.
Yeah.
Visit the hospital, you know health is important.
Yeah.
Visit the graveyard, you know that life is important. Yeah. So if you get all 3, you have to say, Papa, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to say thank you to the Almighty God for giving everyone here freedom, good health, and life. We also want to say a big thank you to the commissioner. Let me say this to you. You have had commissioner here. I don't want to be, to be personal. But he has been very instrumental in ensuring that Gibi is prioritized. You see, let me tell you, for me, I don't gossip. Nobody will tell you that I gossip. No. Why would I tell you? I tell you. You see, Senator Mayaga, you see, Pareni, we can make plow. Pareni, we can make plow. I think everybody know Pareni. But we can move from here, each other. And the commissioner, they are being very forceful to ensure that Gibi be recognized. So I want to say thank you to them. The purpose of us calling this meeting, there are many other issues we know Gibi is faced with. But one thing I want to stress before going to it, I want to urge everyone to leave the mood, to leave from the campaign spirit and get to development spirit.
Yes.
It's not because you support Clarence Guy and Clarence Guy bring development, you're not welcome it. I told someone, okay, that in Yangoli, I said this one time. I said, when open road, the day you're saying you want me, I will not tell the machine and carry the rest out, cancel the road. No. Kala? No. And I said, I'm not going to build a power when you're living in Tokyo. And I want us to benefiting. Some of us were campaigning against Nukwe. Right? Everybody know it. But today the power he built, I want all using. So development don't have opposition, it don't have supporter. One development camp is for everybody. So if we don't hold together, what we need will not get it. So I will say, me I will not work, we will say that from now to 2029, there are 4 years, right? 4 years will be added on your age. So let us come together. I'm only saying this as a means to take us off from the campaign move and bring up to the development move. They put everything aside. For me, I can tell people, the sweeter part of the political job is where you are criticized. It reminds you that you need to do something. The day I get tired of criticism, I will need a job. But I'm tired here.
Okay.
So I'll take it. there are two major issues. There are many developments in the entire district. But probably Gibi, if you look here, you have women empowerment. Women empowerment have to do with giving them business, giving them skills. You have youth empowerment, the same thing about skills, giving them education. But there are few things, if they are not around, it's difficult for this development to come. There's no part of this Gibi district are not work. There are places I work, even some people are not going there. Eh? There are places are going Gibi. Not everybody are going there. I've gone to the Yibama community. I've gone to Pere Jigota. I've gone to Nuatan. I've gone to Fantik, Bulustan. I've gone to Go, Nigambo. I walk all around. And there's one problem the people are faced with. My God, now I can't be able to work with this thing. I've been friend with you. But in other words, for you to feel the impact of the leadership, and for all to work in open road. Right? So we were able to get 2 yellow machines, brand new ones. Those machines have been parking on the road in St. Nukweya since July 18 we were in the district. You know, some people will not fool you. Oh, that's CP. I told someone, if that's CP, at least they can credit me good material. And if then I work to be represented. So those that they can credit, don't go credit and bring it. Our purpose here, one of the major purposes we are here for, is for us to formulate ourselves into committee to be able to work together and open all of the roads. No, man? The machines will be given per time. You have time to the people of Bolola, you have time to the people of Sinta, and you have time to the people of Gibi. When the machine is here, let us work together, then make the maximum use out of it. Tomorrow, when I'm leaving, I will not carry the road with me. Tomorrow, when I'm leaving, my chair will not cancel my upper open the road for us. Then the commissioner said the only benefit you get in politics is for good to come to you. Our people are suffering from road. We don't want tomorrow here because someone call on the road. The people of Biana get road. The people of Pere Jigota get road. No. The machines are here. They may not open all of the road 1 year. Which is not possible. But the machine will be here. It will be living right in the district here. And all the people of time will open all of them. They don't work together. The machine should not get on the road. Then some people say that me I have business, he won't open it like a business. I will not leave from Morroville to come open road. I will not drive the machine. That people have to drive it. While the machine working, we are up there fighting for other things to come back. My people, let us work together. Senator Manga, Honorable Rennie, the commissioner has played a significant part. When the machine is on the road here, you notice that someone is selling the fuel. And you say, me, it's not my business. That's your business because when the fuel finish, the machine stop there and come back. We will provide the fuel for the machine. The commissioners will deliver the giving of fuel to the commissioner. We will give the first 500 gallons of fuel. It will be here. If we sit down and people sell the fuel, the area the fuel finish, and area will turn. Tomorrow, you don't blame me. The people cannot be working. They say that you can't call this storm. And they say, but that time I can't call it. I will not can't call it. So if it rose so good a day, and because of storm, nobody there to work towards it, and you see things a day, good a day, don't say, oh, the next day, crying at the road a day, and that makes operating the system. And because I know what I'm saying. There are communities here at St. Domingue. We gave zinc, cement, steel to build school. The community sat and one person sold it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
You know about you heard about the story, right? You know about the story, sir?
Yes.
There was an area again we carry material for a bridge. Almost 300 pieces of steel, cement, everything. They seen citizens were going in there still. When they caught the few, they said they came out and come begging me. I said, and I'm a business. So sometimes the development we want, our own people can be the one holding it down.
Yes. Yeah.
So we are calling it meetings. Let's go back from community to community. The people of behind Yuatan have walked too long to buy it down. The people of Pele Jacobstown have walked too long. The people of Fantica Town, the people of Bulu Town, the people of Ningabo, the people of Gold, the people of Second Town have walked too long. There's the time we put our hands together and work. I don't care how long you dance on the stage, you must leave. But when my time finish in the future, let me be mad. Let me be able to come back and people will remember me.
Amen. Amen.
Development don't have opposition, it don't have supporter. We will not open the road and say, you didn't go for me, no, you're not plan. No, it's not possible. Let us put our hands together. You know, I like the commissioner. I let the only day. When they say you go where you don't where they collect you. You pay the fine. That's the real truth. That's the real truth. Sometimes we'll be there, we'll say all of the support for people to make their time to go. But someone at certain time they will be begging for color, they'll be begging for power to open the road. Machine can't. Let's go open the road and then you sit down. My people, we call you all to tell you that the machine here, yeah. Anybody want to go see it, you can go wherever it's there. It's there. July 18, August 18, September 18, October 18, now 3 more and I spend it. So if that's a pay, I think the group will come. So we will give you, and again, let me just say this. Normally, the dry season will last for 6 months, right?
Yes.
So we give the first one month to each area. The balance 3 months, the machine will still work here. But the balance 3 months, not all the areas have the same road problem. Some area road problem is more than the other area. The Gibi road problem is more than Bola. Bola road problem is more than Sinta. Right? So the first thing is to get by the one month. The balance months, we know where to concentrate the machine. The machine is not going to leave from here to go work for different person. I want machine business, yeah? The thing I want is power business. I want. I believe development, you are giving a position. So let's do it like that. Let us come together. Whoever, me, and tell people. Commissioner, you go for the program?
Yeah.
Where they cook the food?
Everybody will school their own food.
So the area you cook, you go by there today evening, you see if they will not be there. The area they cook the party food, the area the deck can be. The day I want to go to Cosmo, I'll need it. You know they will be there.
You go no there.
The deck that I'm man, they get quite a big. I'm going for a nigga come at me. But during those days, that Russia, there's a new rest now. So, my people, let us work together. There is no opposition, no supporter, no imposition. Let us work together as citizens. If the road open, it will benefit everyone. If the road open, it will benefit everyone. By the grace of God, I'll be able to pay the workers, the operators, and the two helpers. So you are not going to suffer to say, oh, the road so go this side, there's no field. No. If we agree that the road will go this side, we'll put field there for it to go there. Why we want the citizens to organize themselves into committee? What we want the citizens to organize themselves into committee and be the one to decide which road we start on. It's because if I say let's start on a road, the next community will say, oh, because the minister will vote for him, I ain't playing the between here. No. Eh? No. But when the citizen has said, yes, let the road where to go on, my name will not be inside. I know our people, when we say the particular road here is the farther road, let's start with the road tomorrow, go another road. Minister will vote for him, he bring the machine. My name spoil again. So let the citizens form themselves into committee.
Hey, you guys. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself watching us. Thank you and welcome to the NIDA Exchange. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being patient with us. Thank you for taking up your time to come and discuss Liberia and other national issue, Liberia, and some, international issues too. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you every day, every night, every evening. So, like I always remind us to do, please go to your Facebook and YouTube, share the show, like, comment, and subscribe. Please do so. And come back here. Let's talk Liberia. Please do so. I appreciate you for that. Yeah, hold on one second. Guys, I appreciate your patience. Yeah, please do so. Please do so. Please do so. Come back here and let's discuss. Let us discuss Liberia. Thank you so much. Okay. So, that video, I found that video interesting because I noticed that a lot of Liberian politicians these days are going to the people now, the intellectual forums, or having a little town hall, something, which is a good thing, right? Before that wasn't the case. So when we see the videos, we try to play it and let you know what they're saying to the people. Everybody's trying to be, but the only problem I have though is that every lawmaker's now trying to be public work. They're trying to do public work job. I told the Ministry of Public Works was the only one club with the responsibility of building these roads and stuff like that. But a lot of lawmakers now are doing that to, I guess, impress their constituent. Maybe they promised them. Because our people too, like sometimes when people come to them to vote for them, oh, we have a problem with when their road, been having a problem on this road. Yeah, they can, advocate for that road to be built, but for them to be the one to build that role, I don't think it's their job. But now, I guess that's what float the people boat. So everybody's trying to like prepare for the next election. That's my opinion. I don't know if that's what he's doing. They are doing, but yeah. Um. So that's the new trend, right? Building roles and doing things like which is, I mean, it's a good thing if it's on if you did it the right way, went by it the right way, and you know give a public work, give you a go ahead, and safety issue, everything is in place. Maybe it's no problem at all. But yeah, that's why I was playing this for you to watch it. So next time if you're watching from Liberia, next time you see your lawmaker asking for your honor roll and your breeches, so they can do something, they can build that too. Okay, so while I wait for the guys to come on, I'm just gonna play some. I'm just gonna show you. I get excited every time I see these things about agriculture. So I seen this people harvesting rice and cassava, and not just the cassava, but eating the cassava leaves too, right? So nothing goes to waste. So and when I see these things, it looks so organic and nice and fresh and everything. I just, I want to share with y'all. Anything I see, I want to share with my people. So I'll just be showing some of those videos and showing some of those things about agriculture, and until the guys come on and we can start to talk. So I want y'all to look at this and tell me what y'all think about it. If you're excited as I am when I seen it, yeah, let me go ahead. Show this. So we can also, when we're doing this, we're trying to promote Liberia, trying to show what the country is turning into now, what is slowly becoming, and people feeding themselves by growing their own food, which is a good thing. I get excited when I see stuff like that. I told you before, I love farming, but there are so many things about farming that I don't like. So I guess a compromise we have to make. But let me show this video. Let me stop taking too much and show you this. Maybe you'll be excited as I am, and you want to go and make your own farm too. We should all do that. So we will not be short of food when we do that. We should all take the challenge. That's what this looks like to me. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? People cutting rice. Look at this. She's excited doing that. Look at that cassava. I know some of you may have seen these pictures on Facebook and stuff. But oopsie, when I see them, I just want to share. Just for the ones who are not seen it yet. Just want to share with you. Yep. Look at that cassava. Yeah, look at that cassava. It makes me want to eat some fufu. And guess what's there? Is that cassava leaves? Not only do you eat the cassava, you eat the leaves. Doesn't that look good? That looks like flour sauce. That also makes me want to eat fufu with flour sauce. Potato too? Oh wow! I didn't. How come I didn't see that? Ooh, fresh cassava leaves. What's a grain sabrigi? And what is this? Guys, guess what's this? That's not potato greens. Is that potato greens? Fried potato greens or collard greens? One of them. Yep. The link in the comment section, George. I sent the link in the comments. You didn't see it? So let me try it. I just put it there. We're missing it to you. Yes, guys, look at that. Look. Well, I don't want to show you the soup because I know some of you sitting there with your mouth watery already. Your mouth already watery. I don't want to show you the soup, but I'm showing you the cassava. I'm showing you the rice, so you can go ahead and do that, and you know, go and have your own farm. So we can also post your picture where you harvesting and showcase it. So also you know, encourage other people to go ahead and do that. I like this. Liberia is getting somewhere. This is cool. Man. Look at this is flower sauce. Fresh cassava leaves. What a green tabagi. And there will be it, y'all. That's it. That's it. So that was one video. And y'all need to tell me how y'all feel about those videos. Seeing the fresh of everything, y'all. We are so, that's the blessing that we have in Africa. We eat fresh every day, right? They eat fresh every day. I'm not there, but I love it when I see it. So it's fresh every day. And that something that day we go back home, that's something I would love, I would enjoy. That's why I like seeing these videos. And I love, like I told you before, I like farming. I like people who, you know, take upon themselves to grow their own food. And we all know our food today, they are doing so many things with it to make money. Fake stuff, the weirdest things they're doing to hurt us. As long as they're making money, they're good. I mean, so is what could you, I mean, it's important for us to do this, to grow our own food. So when I see people, yeah, our people might be poor, they might be going through this, but health is important, right? If we do stuff like this, and if they're doing stuff like this to survive and not depending on imported foods and stuff like that, it will be so much, it might release or reduce some of the health problems that we have in Liberia. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying that's my opinion, right? So one can say Dr. Amy is not a doctor. It's just something that I believe will happen if we all are going to the soil and taking it out and eating it right away instead of having these things that people send out of the country to put in our systems, or for our people to put in their system. And you know, that's it's commendable when I see this. I like to showcase it, like I say, it excites me a lot. It makes me believe that there's a new day and it will get better. We are not there yet, right? But we will get there. And there's another one too. Let me show this. I mean, they are just starting, right? They're not done yet. They're just starting out. For some reason, I don't know why I get excited when I see stuff like this, but I hope you feel excited with me too, and I be there like, Amy, why are you showing us all of these videos and stuff? George, go in the chat room. I put it there already. So let's do this. Let's do this. Yep. This one is just a little, the screen is smaller, but let's manage them. Oh, this one's kind of little. Nope. Okay. Let's have you see this. Let me see. You can watch it from this little screen. Who is speaking? Yo.
Đây số nào đến ta kìa? Đây số nào kìa?
Số nào còn tông sao yo? À, cứ là số nào có, không thể có cái gì vậy?
Ta một bao à, kéo ta một người.
Cái này vô kìa.
Đó thì tao lâu. Đi ba ta một. He defeat a friend behind. That's the reason he laughing at the for my people. Because he defeat a friend behind. But no, I get we're passing by.
Charlie, bro. Well, this is awesome. I like this. That little boy is so excited doing what he's doing.
Yeah, he is excited. It's just that I
It's
just feel sorry
incredible.
for him because
I love to see stuff like that.
he's missing out on his childhood, But it's a good thing. That's what we always done. Myself did the same thing he's doing there. So it's admirable when I see him.
Don't you play when you go home?
When we play, I'll go home.
You say he's missing out on his childhood. I said, don't you play when after work?
Children don't work. That's the thing. You're working as child labor. It doesn't matter where you go to do it. If you sell in the street at child labor to make money for the household, that's not your responsibility. So what he's doing, he's brushing farm for them to make a living. That's not his responsibility. Parents should be doing that. So that's child labor. So it's beside the point. But look, it's a wonderful day, wonderful show. I hope our people can continue to do what they're doing because
Exactly what you've been putting on the screen. And that's what we've done through our lives. For me, we used to plant cassava. We used to go brain farm. We plant cassava. We plant rice. After the rest, when the rest started to grow, we plant cassava. Amongst the rice. And before we harvest the rice, I used to be very good in harvesting rice. I think I saw it just now. I had the nostalgia all over me here, coming back. So we used to do that there. And the knife would be sharp. So I used to have this place on my finger used to be rough because that's what the knife used to rest. And then it rests. We used to wear long sleeves. It's a good thing. I like it still. I just like farm work. I don't know why, you know what I mean? I'm opportune to be in a place where farm work is not, but I like hunting, I like farm work, and I like so many things about village life. But yeah.
It looks like a peaceful life. That's what
it is.
mean,
That child got nothing to do with tablet. That child, he's not thinking about tablet, he's not thinking about PlayStation.
I don't have to worry about my light bill going up.
No way, the boy doing a thing. He's happy. And the good thing is happy. But it's just innocently, it just,
That's the environment. The environment is what is. That's what
exactly.
it is. In what is. It's not a. It's not considered that in that environment. You will consider it to be child labor, but they see it as when your child. I think right now they're teaching him how to be a man. Actually, because he probably might be like 12 or 13 years old. Or something like that, and he has to be going with his dad or his older brothers and stuff. So I asked him about farm village life and if they missed it and did they appreciate it when they were there. And the person is here now, and they said no, they didn't, but now they do. So when you're in that area, you don't know what you have, right? We get out of there, which is good to go and go to school and do all of that. But it's kind of like looking at it now. I never had a life, never lived that life before. But looking at it, it looks, just seeing the organic. So it's all about food. Seeing the organic food and stuff being grown, it looks like a very calm and peaceful place. I just like it. I love to see it. When I see it, every time I see it, I get excited. And
but when you go there, you get tired with it. That's the problem. That's what happens. Because guess what? Not just what they are doing there, but the time they can wake up to go on a farm. And sometimes the farms, they are so far, you walk and get tired before you reach there.
Oh, no, we're not doing that.
I used to wake up 4 a.m. We used to go 4 a.m. So now 6 a.m. to go on the farm.
Why so early?
And then because the farm is far and you want to start early. So we walk and get out. And when you're going, because the grass all around the road, the wet grass hitting in your face.
Hey, I said I like it. I didn't taste that. I wanted to be all in it.
Oh, well. Yes, but you're like your TV, don't go there in reality. you run away soon the money.
I think so. Maybe when you're talking about distance, I don't like walking either. Yeah. If it's too far, the way you send it, yeah, then maybe I'll not want to. But they do have cars going there, right? They got cars. You go and stop somewhere before you walk inside, right?
Well, it depends. It depends. Where I used to be, we got a town, right? But then we're living in the village of the town, right? So from the village farm, from the village, there's no car. Because even to go to the village house, there's no road. That's just footpath, right? So car can go there. So from the village house to walk to go to the farm, because our people, they are subsistence farmers. They don't use any chemical to farm. So they can farm the same land over and over because the nutrients are already gone. Your rest will not grow, things will not happen, right? So they will move from place to place in farming. So after 5 years, the farm they made successfully, that place is started from the group, the bush is now growing again. The ground has re-fertilized itself. It has been, neutralized, and then they'll come back there again and start making farm again and start going again. So yeah, that's that. So sometimes the farm can be maybe 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers away from the house. Yeah. So
Lord Jesus.
Mm-hmm. And then and guess what? The worst part is that when you're in the town, so you gotta walk from the town to the village before you can walk from the village to the farmland. And that's fun. I can remember my mom and dad, they made the first farm during the war. That time we ran away, from Cleveland, we went to Grand Crew because my mom is on Grand Crew, but that group of people, they're not Crew people. So the certain part of Grand Crew that's for a group of people, so that's where we stay. And then so we had to make farm because when we go to Rumi, I like the Roman, so we had to make farm. So they made a big farm. And then we share it between our uncle and on ourselves because our uncle was the one who had the land and everything. So yeah, we had this big hell of a farm. But man, I used to like it until I started hating it because the time we had to put in the energy, it's early morning rise, and then guess what?
Yeah,
Sometimes we're coming from the farm, it's dark. One time I almost died. Guess what? We were on the farm and the heavy rain came down, so all the rivers overflowed their banks, right? And then the stake that we used to cross on the river, they went on the river. So you will be on a stake, but the water stopping you on your chest or somewhere here. I slipped. The bag that I was towing, gone. But my uncle I was so lucky because I couldn't swim, the type of places they are landlocked that we don't have big rivers there. So he grabbed me and got me out of the water and went home. And then when you reach home, it's around 9-10 in the night. So we sleep and at that time they start cooking. Because on the farm we're doing work all day, yeah. So when it's 10 o'clock they start cooking, I fall asleep. So now 1 a.m. then the food done. Then they'll wake you up, can't eat. And then you waking up 6 a.m. to go on the farm again. I started having a secret prayer to leave. Yeah. And then hopefully and luckily for me, I left and went to Ivory Coast, then went to Abidjan to go to school, where I'm talking about Prophet Key. The school we went to, Rainbow Confidence School. And then, yeah, that's how I left the farm work. But I like it, especially to mom bird. But the breast, you can't eat the breast, so can have sling. Bam! Yeah, I used to enjoy that. Then you be on the platform, you carry the rocks, put them rocks, and then you have your sling in your hand and be watching. But when no breast, you sit down and start to sleep and rest yourself. But when you have breast, sometimes our uncle used to kind of beat us because we can fall asleep on the platform because we're tired. But yeah, it's an enjoyable thing.
It sounds tedious too, but
yeah, it is. But it's some discipline. The people.
Yeah, I think that's what it gives, discipline and like it makes you.
Especially when you start to see the fruit that comes out of it. You know what I mean? The rice, the corn, the everything, the cassava. When you start seeing what it bears, then you feel relief. You know what I mean? The results are the thing. Yeah, but it's a nice thing. It's a good thing. But I just wish that one day in Liberia will not be using ourselves like that. We'll have machines to do those things for us. And
I told you we said that. I got something for you.
Yeah.
I told you we said that. You did somebody's a machine. I got something for you.
Yeah, machine. Yeah, machine would be the best thing because the reason why we can wake up early because we want to do more work. But machine can do more work in 1 hour than we can do in 3 hours or 4 hours. So machine will, mechanizing farming is a very good thing. So hopefully we can get that done, and Liberia will be better because subsistence farming is just hand to mouth.
Right.
But industrial farming, where you use machinery, you can sell the food, you can make money out of it, but the subsistence farming is just for you to eat and then plan for the next season. That's all. That's what it is. You don't have enough to sell and stuff like that.
I don't mind doing that. Suggest something and get ready for the So here we already had that happening, George. Look at that.
That's good. That's good. These things we had them before during early government time. We had them as well.
Well, we didn't see it. We just started seeing them. So let's.
no. Abe. Bravo.
I can see
Anya go
people
fe
there.
no mulo na. Nya go le mulo joni.
Like you still speaking?
Ebi
I
a
can see,
na.
yeah, I can see people there.
E ko ne sina le go mulo.
Yeah, that then.
Well, how can you operate this in a Oh, wow.
That crowd, the fuck
Oh, you guys, web. Very simple, yo. You bring 100 person, you can work, one person can only work there for only 1 hour. For 1 hour, yo. So I think, guys, the sun is penetrating and my phone is getting hot. I think I'm gonna leave you. But let's see. Let's move around small. Let's move around small. There's a very, very, very fastest way. You know, so the place where we expect almost 100 persons to work within an hour, you know, this combined harvester is doing it. You know, they just dumped the first one, and so let me just move around and see.
Incredible.
Hey.
You see, people coming to watch the machine work.
The machine work, yeah.
This is sad. This is what we can be saying about Liberia. That is good though, George. What do you think about that? People have started experiencing what we were just talking about.
It is incredible. And you know, those are the things that can improve the lives of people, because you know, Amy, I'm supposed to be tall, but because I'm supposed to be a really tall guy, my dad is so tall. Even my younger brother is taller than me a bit, right? But because of the nutrients, I'm tall. I'm average, right? I'm 5'8", right? Which is 177, right, centimeters. But the thing is that I'm talking about the nutrients we get, right? Growing up, they play a role in our height. I just experienced that. Even my son here, he's tall. And one of my friends, he came from the UK. He moved here to Australia to live. He's working here. He came with his son. Their son and daughter, taller than two of them. Because I think that the type of food you eat, the type of time you can have sleep, you know what I mean? The time, all those things play a lot in your childhood to develop you totally, you know, in completeness, right? But in Africa, especially in our Liberia, we don't experience those things, you know what I mean? Only the lucky ones, God just smiled and, you know, they will get everything they want, right? But it's hard, and that's why I pray that Liberia gets better so that our people can experience life. Because now they are voting for corrupt politicians because they don't know any. That child that we saw brushing that grass, he's so happy because he feels that he's doing something that amuses him, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if you bring that child in this environment, and that child only responsibility to go to school, they come from school, they do their homework, they have the power nap, they wake up, they play, they finish to do the, they read a little book, they go back to bed, they eat their food, they do everything. That boy will grow up to be one of the most sophisticated, person. So I just pray that the Mackinac family I saw, they have people, get into that and develop our people legacy. That man saying they said the thing 100 men so to do the machine can do it in 1 hour, which is a great thing. So you see, people just stand around, they're so happy, you know what I mean? And then they'll move on that farm quick because the work finished. I mean, you don't stay there when the work is finished. You go home and the children can relax. They can play, you know what I mean? But now you saw the first video you show, what more cutting out, Tony. You know what my aunt used to do? She would stay here and throw the rack. She say, I'm gonna finish all the play, I'm gonna harvest the whole place here. Amy will have it will tie your back hurting you, Amy. Because I'm standing, you're walking, cutting down grass, and when your hand full, your hand weigh you down a day. When weigh down, when you don't say too heavy, then you put it down, you tie it, then you start again, Amy. And then we're not finishing that because they get sense, so they know that before they finish that thing, it will be maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Yeah. So then we'll start walking out to go home. Amy, I used to be sleepwalking, going home with lower my head. So now mood or something. Yeah. So it will be a good thing. Maybe that one may be short-sighted because of the heavy low I used to do. Yeah, I'll blame that one too. Yeah. But yeah, it is a good thing. We want Liberia to improve. Let those machines come. Let's train our people how to use them, and then start to use chemical in our farming as well. Because you see that place they're farming, that land can be overused and used.
Yeah,
that is possible.
Why would you leave that after cleaning that? Why would you go do another whole
fell big trees that almost like cotton trees, big trees, log and cut it down to plant, they can use that because when they can use fertilizer then boom, even though the fertilizer has its own negative impact on the environment, but still it helps to grow the food. And that's it. Because if you go to Liberia, they say that plum season here, like only that season here will see plum. And you know what I mean? Mango. Yeah. When they say that the season, that because when you're harvesting the rice, that's the time okra can come out as well. The okra can be red because you can plant the rest with the okra, right? So you harvest okra. After that time, okra finish again in the market. But if you can have these things where you can use fertilizer, it will be whole year round you have that thing. You know what I mean? And it will form part of your diet. But certain time, even in the village, certain time we can't eat rest. So cassava until we can plant rest. And the rest grows and start harvesting food, start eating rest. I mean, rest will be get a good dust, So it's a good thing that our people, diversify, the farming and make sure that people can produce this all year round.
How can you use something like that in a swamp, like where the little boy was birching? How can you use that machine in the swamp? Or do they have machines?
They have machine for that. Yeah, they have machine for that. I've seen machines like that. They get tires, but then they get something that behind them, just like drill. So it like this. So as it move, it roll into it, digging the soil going. So when you finish plowing the soil, it come by 2 rounds. I hope they ready. Then start putting the rest there. The rest already on nursery. They get a place where they can put the rest. They can put the rest together. It grow. Then they can take the one rest, put it and start planting it. So yeah, I've seen that. That's why in Asia, that's what they do. A lot of places, that's what they do.
Well, that's great.
So it's incredible. Yeah, it's very, very great. When you see it, you will like it. You want to sit there and watch it whole day. I used to watch videos on that all the time because as I say, I'm getting to farming. Make sure that we can produce the food we eat in Liberia so that Liberia becomes better. Because once you can produce what you eat, you become self-reliant. And that's one of the most important things in life is being self-reliant. We grow up, we leave our parents' house, but sometimes we still depend on them to send us money to do this. That's how it is as a country as well. If you depend on anybody to, for your daily bread or to pay your rent, you know what I mean? They can tell you when to go to bed.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it on your own, you can decide what you want to do. And that's why the other countries are controlling our country because they are giving us money to do what we want to do. So to be self-reliant agriculturally is very important. And I think Liberia can do it. We have the land, we have the good texture of soil, so we can do it. It just left with dedication and the leadership to put the people together. make sure that they can do what they do. Did he hear about maybe just that? Did he hear about what the Ghanaian president is in France as well? Did he hear what's going on there?
No.
Oh,
Let's hear
this
more.
guy, all the French president is doing, they are having a lot of agreements that they're taking back to Ghana. They listed them out. Like, wow, I hope our president, the good English speaker, can get something from there as well. Yeah. I can see that look on her face. Yeah, Amy.
So
You, eh?
President Morgan had a important meeting today.
Yeah, what's it about? I really want to know. Because I want to be happy for like
Yes, so let's talk about the agriculture minister too. I think this was at the same something. It said the agriculture ministry is strengthening biological agricultural cooperation with China. Paves the way for renewed investment in Liberia agriculture sector. This is not. This was. Yes, this is not the same place. So this was another meeting going on. I'm staying here searching for something. Yeah, so yeah, this one took place yesterday, October 30th, 2025. Agriculture Minister Dr. Alexander Nuta has concluded a successful 4 days working mission to Nansha District, Guam Province. Ground Province, People Republic of China, who were the participant in the 2025 International Conference on Agricultural Service Trade held under the theme Digitization Empowered Value China. So this is not our president. This is actually our agriculture minister, who is also making thrive there in the agriculture sector. We don't hear about that. We don't see that. We don't something there. So George, let me also talk about. But I wanted to bring something about Fonantico Fabo. Talk about the agriculture. Something. What do you think this government is serious about agriculture for all the move and stuff that we see them making and stuff?
Look, it's yet to be seen. I think so far I've not really followed the agricultural ministry, about the processes or the advancement or what they've been up to. But as we know it, if we can hear that right importation into Liberia is reduced, then we know, that is a determinant, right? To see whether our people are not buying rice the way they used to buy it, that would tell you that, the agriculture ministry is doing well. But again, Amy, and that's why I always tell people, these things they're not like events, right? And I'm not blaming this government for that, because I'm educated enough to know that even when you plant rice, it takes 6 months for the rice to mature. You know what I mean? And maybe a year, 9 months, because that depends which sort of rice and all these things. And it takes time. So I'm not going to dwell on that, but I want to see progress. Like what are the plans in place? You know what I mean? To develop, the agriculture sector. And if there's a plan, I haven't seen one, but I heard that Nuta presented something to, not Nuta, no. This one came from the EPA, which is the former vice presidential candidate with the Broom Man. He presented something from the EPA, which is the same thing President Weah and people were doing what they call carbon, and the Black people and the opposition were making fun of it, harvesting carbon, 50 billion carbon initiative. They have already joined it as well. They are putting a plan together to do it. So I'm not really follow the agriculture ministry to see what they're doing. And because it's a tricky one, Amy, when you look at it, usually there's something they call smallholders, right, in the country. That means subsistence farmers. to strengthen them. When I worked for the NGO called Action Against Hunger, Action contre la faim, it's a French organization. When I worked for them, I used to do, I did food security assessment. And in doing food security assessment, I did it in few counties, in Sino County, Grand Chita County, and Grand Bassa County, and I think Riverside, right? So I did food security assessment in the places, and I went deep into the forest to see the farms, because what the NGOs were doing, they used to give people seeds, right? Red seeds, right, to plant. They'll give them cutlasses. So when they finish doing that, we go and see how big the people went, how big farms the farms were, how big the farms were, and how long the rice would take to finish, because that was subsistence farming, right? But they were doing it because of people that were returning from Ivory Coast after the war, you know what I mean, to support their livelihood. Because when they come home, they didn't get called out. You know what to cut trees down to make farm. They didn't get seeds. They didn't get seeds to plant, even when they cut the trees down. So the NGOs were helping them. So at that time, as a food security assessment monitor, what we used to do was that we go in the field, we do the assessment, then we bring the report, we give it to the joint committees of NGOs. So the NGO they say, okay, in Sano County, the people there, they lack tools, right? And also seeding. And the average farm size in this place is this. You know what I mean? Maybe 50 square meters, whatever, the dimension of the farms are. We used to estimate most of the time, not because most of the farm we did not go on the farm itself, so we used to do the assessment. So those things, they are subsistence farming. So it depends also on the people, Amy. It depends largely on the people. Because some of them, what they used to do, Amy? When they get in 10 bags of rice to plant, they can plant 2 and eat 8. Yeah, they will eat 8 bags of rice. Then they plant only 2. So the farm will be small, Amy. So when the farm is small like that, quickly the rice will finish. The one they're eating. Then again, so now they can go into the one they saw the 2 bags of rice where they will plant again. They can go into it and eat some before the planting season comes. So now it will end up that sometimes even they place the brush, they can't finish planting rice all on it because they didn't get rice to plant because they ate it rice all, So it largely depends on the people. But if the government is going to leave that and then maybe subsidize farmers, industrial farming, you know what I mean? That will say the way I get a farm now, the government
they're doing that now.
They are doing that now, great. So the government comes to me and says, look, George, since you get 50 acres of land or 20 acres of land, plenty right, we will give you this. You know what I mean? And then that will also help me that when I finish doing all that resting, I will sell the rest on the market price. You know what I mean, Amy? I mean, that will discourage people now from bringing rice in the country. Because if I send my rice, let's say I send my rice $8 per bag, because the government subsidizes my rice, right? So if I send $8 per bag, you going overseas and buying it $10 and you put it in ship and pay maybe $15,000 to bring it. Then you sell it maybe $12.50. I said $8. People can't buy my rice, you not buy a rice. So the next time you'll not go there to buy rice again. You getting me?
That's the whole idea.
Yes. Then Liberia is becoming a stable economy now for us because people will not jump over wall. They're doing CDC time. People jump over wall to buy back a rice. You see it? Then people will start to do it. Well, our people, just like what I said from the beginning, the NGO, these people will get them rice. They will eat the rice. Someone that used to sell the colaces. What they were getting? Yes, they will sell the colaces.
That's the thing that I know that's about Liberians. Like,
they will sell the colaces. Amy, I know. I work in the NGO sector, so I know. I work with Action Against Hunger, which is Action Contre la Faim. I work with Medical Relief International, and I work with the UN in Liberia. So I know exactly how things work there, Amy. And if you don't have the experience, you say, "Oh, the government not doing well." Sometimes the government can do all they can do, but the people will tell them and go and sell them. They'll carry the oracle to go sell them. Now they trying to get the money in their hand to go buy jean trousers, they buy something for girlfriend, buy something for wife, this and that. They don't want to do anything. They didn't know that if you use those things and plenty of rice, you sell some of the rice and get some money. But no, the reward is not playing. They'll go and sell it and then they'll buy something else. But again, that's what it is. So it depends. Fix electronics bag again. George Best, living legend, CE. Yeah, I don't say that means, so I understand. But the thing is that, Amy, that's the thing. And when you don't know these things, you will always blame government. But sometimes, Amy, government does their best But our people are lazy. They are lazy. Someone speaking to you, and not because maybe there's not CDC government, but I will tell you, sometimes it's not all just government fault, it's the people's fault, Amy. For them to live in the poverty they are living in, the people's fault. Do you know that some people they have machines, right, to do their farm, right? But the money they get into buy gas to put it in the machine, they will not do it. They will carry the machine, they'll buy 1 gallon and put it in the machine, they'll carry in the middle of the farm, the machine will break down. No gas inside. Then they can't sit down. Yeah. Then they can't sit down. They're waiting for money to go put gas inside. And that play because when those guys are, you're not able to drive it to bring it back to the place where they put all of this and some of the things, especially for the diesel, when that time it was not really sophisticated. So when it go out of fuel, it's spoiled. You gotta bleed it, you gotta change the nozzle, you gotta do all type of things before that machine start again. So now the machine started spoiling because they're not putting enough and diesel not putting enough fuel in the things, and they want to use it because they will eat the money, they'll buy different things for girlfriend or for woman or for this and that, and then the machines will break down. So there's a hard thing. Our people need to be taught. Our people need to be sat down and explain to how to use these things to operate. So it's difficult. It's difficult. But I hope this government can break that yoke, because I think President Boakai, as an agriculture minister, he has good experience. He used to be agriculture minister. He knows exactly how those things work. So he should be sitting down with the current agriculture minister and say, my man, how are you going? How is this? You know what I mean? Therefore, president, we did not have any agricultural knowledge. So even if me, somebody will come and lecture me, and I'll sit down there with my mouth and be listening to them. But if you have already had experience in a place, if you go there, you're going to tell the person exactly how you think things can work, what did not work before. Because you see, every time you do a project, there are lessons learned.
Yeah, I do agree with you with people. I do agree with you with Liberians. They are so, like, how should I call it? I would say lazy. No other word there. And they feel so entitled, and they feel, I guess, because they have been lied to so many times. But even if you have been lied to, like people tell you, say government is supposed to do the government is supposed to do that. If they're doing it, you're supposed to take care of it. If they're telling you they're giving you this for this amount to do this, to do that, that is supposed to be done. But you want to go and corrupt the whole process, and then you expect tomorrow or next month or next year for you to get what you got the first time, and you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
And Amy, guess what? Now you see people complaining, say the government people mean. Can you imagine? How will you say government mean? Because they ain't giving you free money.
Government is supposed to line people up and get everybody. If they line you up and get you money, then I mean nothing will be done in the country.
Exactly. But you see that the mentality of our people.
And I'll tell you this: I had a first-hand experience when I went to Liberia 2023, and I went to Senator Dillon's office, and it was so many people, young people, in our office, and like other lawmakers too, right? So you think, okay, so what are all these people doing here? So when he came from session, when he called me in his office, it looked like he wanted me to see, right, to experience it for myself. Listen, there's a wise man. So he called 3 or 4 of those people that inside and asked them what was the problem, why they were there, right, to see him. And it was, I supposed to go take my exam, or I supposed to graduate, and this will not happen, and I need you to help me. How much? $500. The other one, I'm supposed to travel, and this one, so how much? $1,000. The other one, they want your happiness, so how much you need? $800. That was just 4 or 5 person from that group, right? So we did a calculation already. It was probably like 2,000 or 3,000 already. So I was like, see, all of you here. Look at that money you talking about. What am I supposed to take that money from in my account? You said everybody out there, they're all out here. But the same reason, same thing you're doing here, same reason you're out here. He took his account, he opened it, he showed to them, he said, look, how much in my account? He said, and I have families and all of that. He said, instead of you're putting together like to, engage me about this in our community, that in the community needed, or the community going through, all the communities. He said, nobody will ever come. It's always about individual.
Individual.
Where am I taking that money from? So service he said, and this is just the something day, another day too. Like this is like every day. So if I had to get all these people that are out there what they came for, and then the next day other people, and then the next day other people, like where am I getting that kind of money from? Right? I was like, what? And right there, I was like, "Oh no, this is really these people." And so when they're talking about other people talking about the like people make them corrupt because they don't want to be honest with them, because they don't want to be, or they don't want to lose the election, or they don't want to go to them vote for me again. And so they would take that money from where they didn't put it to give it to them. Yes, it's true. Because our witnesses. Because like I said, when the senator said, like, where do you expect me to take that money from? Like every day, everybody coming. He said there was a $30,000 business in the building. Y'all beat me up. Y'all beat my own, like they told you, say, oh, that $30,000, they don't take that $30,000. So right now, when I tell you, I don't have it, you go out every night, you say the light not go team. Light go.
They'll say lantern bus.
So it's
A charcoal lantern.
yeah. So if you put things together to let the community, the environment or something, like solar lighting, people say during early time, they had those things all over on Rafi, people went and installed those things. They had it, I learned about the fiber cable under the water. This is a swim and install the lights. What is this? I don't know how we got into that point. And if people used to be like this normal days, the people now used to like working. Because I don't know, maybe I got to start from somewhere, right? The laziness, I don't know where it's coming from. So I can wonder, like, normal days.
Our politician may have policy, and I'll tell you why. For instance, and I'll not go far. I'll just start from George Weah regime. The politicians that were coming to succeed George Weah lied. Just like George Weah and the CDC too, lifted the people, gave them empty hope, like George Weah said, that nobody will be a spectator in our own economy. You cannot say that when a librarian may not even know the job. You can't give somebody a job that they don't know. You know what I mean? So you will still be spectator if you're not qualified to do certain job. Foreign not come and do it for you. That's why I was telling President Weah, he shouldn't have said those words, because he made a labyrinth. You can vaguely say you're not being spectator in your economy. That's why you see Obama. That's why I like Obama. You know what Obama said? Obama said, if you work hard, there's a place for you in America. Yeah, it will sink in. If I don't work, I will not get something. You see it? But if somebody say you will not be spectator, you feel that, oh, I will sit down, somebody will send money for me. But what Obama said, Obama said, if you work hard, that's what President Weah, if I was the one who wrote that speech, I'm going to say, if you work hard in this country, you'll not be a spectator in this country. No longer people will work without having the benefit of what they work for. Your labor will not be in vain. You know what I mean? But if you say you'll not be a spectator, it's a vague statement. It tells you that you will get everything you want without work, or explicitly not saying work. You know what I mean? I think the politician made a policy. Then let's move. We are there. Waka is coming. Waka say nobody will be in the street again to sell. No child will be in the street to sell. The people they stealing the money that what the country poor. They're doing this, that what the country this and that. They're doing this. People say, okay, but then Waka coming, manna will fall from heaven. Let's say that. But if you're going to tell them, say, my people, we have to be strong. We have to work. Every country we see, Ivory Coast, the people can work. People can go work on palm farm. For in the morning, they work until 3. They put it in the truck, they take them back home. And they're living on AC, they're doing everything because they are working. But if you want to sit down home and chase politicians around, you will not get what you want. That's what they told them. Even the Harlequin said the gentleman, you know what he did? Amy, he put group of boys together that he used to give money to say the Sabot team. And I see Sabot team that criticizing saying we're going to send it to overseas for school in Rwanda, and he did not do it. So they all criticizing and they say you will never be you never win any election in Maserati because he
First
gave
of
them an
all,
empty hope.
They don't
He
never
gave them
put
an empty
anybody
hope.
together. Those people will just get up because they want something for you. They will put themselves together and start to be a single fact. They don't never put group together to call them that. They call themselves that. They put themselves together. They were with Costa, and I think they turned it. They started being something with Dylan. He never put them together. So let's not say that. They're the same mindset that if we do that, we suck up to the person that will do that for other, will get all this amount that will get. That's what it's been, and that's what people, young people, need to get out of, and that's why they, instead of doing all of these breaches or road building as if your public works in your community, the district you want, you should have a vocational school, try to something there and have something like that there for the people to trade in something like that. Everybody can go to college, right? Do some of the things that people will do to work to create those jobs and have those things there. It's not ever a citizen, a regular common citizen can create job. You're the lawmaker. What makes you think if you come to a building roads and stuff, what makes you think you can do something that will create job for the people in the community? So it's not that they do these things or suck up to those lawmakers, and if they, like I said, the story that I just told you, if Dylan was doing that for everybody, what would Dylan get that money from to do that? His salary can't even do that. Dylan's a family man. He has his own family.
You have to be corrupt now to get the money.
Exactly. So if you're not doing that, then people say, "Oh, he lied to you." Something. No, he did not. They feel that this is what I want. That when the man said, "Oh, I don't have it," then it's a problem. They are the person me. Oh, we voted for them. Oh, we don't want that. We don't want that. Yeah, you voted for the person to do something to advocate for you, to do something to make your life better. In the general mindset, not just individuals allowed. Do you know how many people in Maserati? He's a senator for Maserati. He's not senator for just few handful of people that call themselves cyber security or whatever it is, cyber security, cyber team. No, so if you was lining everybody up in Maserati, how many thousands of people live in Maserati? Can he do that? Does he have that money? No, he doesn't. So these are the mindset that we need to talk to our people to change. When you're voting for somebody, look at your child's future. Look at the thing, the ideas that the person will put for now, because you feel like the person will come line you up to get everybody money. If the president said we're doing that, look at the example. This man, what his name? Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Was money campaigning like everybody else, right? Thank you very much. I had 2 motorbikes. People were here sending him money, food, everything. Even when he went to like Moravia, President Boaga, all of this, nobody did something for him. Now, thank you very much for advocate for that community to have something he wanted, his own personal female, that the president should give it to him. So, okay, you're not the only person who something for that president, right? And in that area, you're not the only person who voted for them, who voted for him. If you alone having all of these things, after all of these things you have gotten from the campaign, from the supporters of the president, sending you all of these things, 2 bikes, where are they? Then he was the same money. Then he was saying, "Oh, when they put Mike to him out, oh, you know, I ain't got gas to run it, something else, so I wanted to help me." Like, they just feel like entitled. You just got all this money. You do nothing with it or something. You think these people will keep sending it to you? When they do it one day, they can have that government. There's something, and that ungrateful thought start to come out. what you got from out of this can be nobody in that area have it, and they voted for him. So these are some of the things we're talking about. People feel like, oh, because I'm going from their village to their village, I'm burning the soil. I'm supposed to be like, every time President Baka is the president. Like every time he gets to Monrovia, the Tesla should stop him right in front of Baka compound so he can go.
Go inside.
It doesn't work like that anymore.
Because I hear the only Liberian. But you see that like mindset of the people.
That's the mindset of the people. And this is where we are. Thank you for coming from there. You are muted.
You not eat uncontrollable chicken.
I didn't know about eating.
That it was.
I'm muted.
No, you're not. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So we were just here
the problem with our people. The problem with our people is that we are very controversial in the way we think, and our thinking is not developmental, and that's the problem.
No.
Because if we're selfish, we are self-centered. We want everything for ourselves and not just anything for anyone else, but for ourselves. That's why even when we go in government, we become corrupt. And one thing, I read a book, right? And it gave me some insight into what corruption is. He said every dollar that is corrupt takes away $100.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it. And here's why I came to narrow it down to make sure that it has some level of facts, right? Yes, they say, for example, if you go to collect taxes, like we're still doing manual collection of taxes, right? And then you go to the person say, oh, the person owe $100 tax. Then the person say, my man, let me give you $5. You know what I mean? Go come back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That person does not pay that $100 and give you $5. $100 is going with him. Or he say, okay, my man, just I will give you small thing, and just say I pay my tax.
Look at that.
All that money gone. Then the little money they get that chicken chain to some restaurant, you go eat, you go drink beer. Then you be ball now. You be ball, you know what I mean? Yeah. But not knowing you have cheated the country.
Cheated the entire country,
thousands of dollars. They want the poor people to because look, if I become anybody in our country, I will make sure I introduce a bill that will make sure that every Liberian will be numerated. You'll be counted. And when people give birth, even in the villages, they will form part of a database that will know exactly at each time of the day, we know how many people in Liberia. And so doing, we can also allocate and test people and give them assistance, right? So we can have some social net for people to fall back on. If you get a job, let the government be paying you small thing every month. Even when I said me $5, and then there's a way where if you sit on that welfare,
you really want to work.
Yeah? Well, Josh, your government had already done census. They just did a head count. So I don't know.
That census is not complete. I don't trust that census.
Yeah, census. They in Grand Crew, they had 500,000 people. That census was manipulated.
I did not trust that census.
What can you fix the camera?
That is sensor file looking at so. Will they tell human being that in that ghost cam there? Low towns and villages I can barely have 2,000 people. They started having 10,000 people, 20,000. I said, but wait a minute, took the number from some of the bosses not even reaching some of those villages there. They get inflated, they get brought their own number down.
You in my room, they didn't call everybody.
Yeah.
Imagine that formula. In Monrovia, when you ask people to black, nobody came to my home. Me, nobody come here. Nobody. But
I mean, one of the things is that when I had an interview with one of the numerators, those who used to count people. They said why people can say. I asked him a question. I said why some people say you don't count there. He said because when we go to your house, when you're there, we'll meet one person. Will ask them, how many people live in your house here. Then when they tell us 10, we put a 10 down. but we don't have to see the poll each and every one of them. It made sense to me, but I also knew that in some places, why if the parent you say for some reason the parent did not give you the amount, what people are living, but every sensor we have a plus or minus in discrepancy, right? Either is below or on top. The most accurate one is 5% above or below. So we can look at that and also have mercy on those who did the sensor. But again, what I'm trying to say is that even here in Australia we do census, right? And the last time we had the lowest population in the world per land size, right? Because this is our entire continent, but I think we are some 20-something million people here, which is for me is very less for the land. We've got a whole continent here, very large, but we do census as well. And sometimes the census will do something. I don't even know that they count me. Nobody counts to count me. You know what I mean? But what happened is that my name already in the database. They know where I live here. Can you imagine? They know exactly.
That could be it too.
And every time. Can you imagine sometimes I can get a letter in the mail? I move house, because over the past 10 years, I moved house maybe at least 4 times. But every house I go to the house, I get a letter. After maybe 2-3 weeks, they say, for election purposes, right? The LEC sent me a letter and they know my address. I said, how do people know my address? But guess what? Because I have a driver's license, right? That driver's license will change to my address, because they say every time you change location, you have to change your address on your driver's license. So once I change that thing, it goes in the database and they know exactly where I am. You know what I mean? So it's what about Liberia does not have that system. So I think there's a way that we can fix things to make sure that we can and get people enumerated so that we can know exactly, because if you know exactly how many people in your house, you can know how many cup of rice to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you know how many people in your house, how will you know that amount of rice to cook? So you either cook small rice, people be hungry, or you cook more rice, or get ratty. You know what I mean? So we gotta know exactly who in our borders, who are our people, to make sure that we can give them the help they need. But anyway, Zaza, I mean, long time. How are you?
Wait a minute. From that again, Sonia, introduce the topic.
I'm here.
Okay, that's
you
good.
didn't send it to me. The one on the speaker, from the speaker.
What?
Yeah, you forgot maybe.
Look, I am running on too many things, so kind of little bit.
Yeah, welcome, Emmanuel. I'm still waiting for your brother to join us, like he said he would.
Oh, okay.
Another promise?
No, he's not. I'm not around him tonight.
I know, but go ahead from the.
Well, as we always say on the show, that Liberia has a lot to discuss, and every day there is a new trend.
I'll be right back.
We saw what was written by the former speaker, Jefferson Tikofa. He really been busy these few days on Facebook, been engaged on the Blue app. He wrote some, salient points, but most of those points came back with a huge question. But I can read what he wrote, and this was almost half a day ago, almost 12 hours ago. So he said, according to the 2019 Petroleum Law, Section 36A, Liberians are entitled to receive 5% of each block, while NOCA will receive 10%. The Oronto Agreement says NOCA will get the 15% and Liberians should leave their own with God. That's what he wrote. And if in 180 days after they find oil and NOCA does not speak for us, Oronto gets the 15% free. Section 17.1A He said either this. He said either this is a weakness. This thing is just interrupting. Either this is a weakness in negotiation or a form of weakness or a form of wickedness. He said either this is a weakness in negotiation or a form of wickedness. You decide. Think Oranto, love Toronto, Oranto, and Bill Oranto. See you next week. So this post received a lot of backlash on social media, and people had a lot to say about the manner and form in which he brought this topic to the social media, and people were asking some hard questions. People were asking questions and demanding answers. So what you got make of what the former speaker said?
You want to start with me?
Yeah, why not, George? You already
You know.
Oh no, George,
Yeah,
you're talking too much. So rest about it. Rest
okay.
about it. Let's hear from Emmanuel that say God is with us. Since the former speaker ended this thing with love, think, and build like bro. Say we'll do everything with God. So that hey there. So I give it back to you. What do you think about what he wrote?
Thank you, family. Good evening, George. Thank you for speaking to me after making flower with me. Anyway, I'll forgive you.
School always make flower. Don't worry.
Yeah, so it's a pleasure to be here. Before I speak to what family was saying, family, I heard George talking about database. He will do whatever he can in whatever what you're saying. We do have an institution like that are responsible for that. That's why sometimes when people see the government doing what because the bureau, I get angry because there are several things we can be doing, and I just celebrate one thing. The LRGIS, that LRSGIS, that's what they are for. They are the statistical house for Liberia. They don't sort of tell you how many jobs were created. They sort of tell you how many people are in school. They sort of tell you how many people are not in school. Who is boy and who is a girl, who is a man, who is a woman. You know how many jobs are being created, how many items you input and how many items you output. Everything. That's what LRGIS is for. That's what we were built for. This is able to have database of all the things you're talking about. In fact, it's able to tell how many people get cell phone in the country and how many people get computer. They are able to take statistics of everything. Like what you're talking about, the day you move, people in your country know that you move. God forbid, the day you die, in a weekend, they will know who all died, they know who all living. That's what LRGIS is for. But when we are not functional, we can build everything we want to build. We just be money making place. So let's go to what the former speaker said. I did not read, but just listen to what you said. The former speaker was just speaking logic. Why we suffer the way we suffer. Somebody is coming with a contract. And the only thing we celebrate is that contract coming. We don't want to know the details. He is saying in that thing that you just read, which I did not read, that if we do not work the way we're supposed to work, the blessing that's going to be for Liberia will go to the company. So if we rush and sign our contract without considering certain factors, guess what? Then we are working for that company. We are loving our company. We are building our company. Instead of building Liberia, loving Liberia. And that was just simple as that. Keep on the show. You are the moderator. You are not monitoring the way we talk. George Booker, you say anything he wants to say. I will say anything I want to say. The show, you're not running the show. That we don't running the show. So that's why he's saying we shouldn't allow that to happen. If we allow that particular company to just go like that and sign in that contract go through like that without us observing certain things, the one the petroleum co is supposed to be doing, the petroleum regulatory is supposed to be doing, the one the LPRC is supposed to be doing, all the people did not take part, did not play their part right now. the time will come to us to speak against it will be late. So in other words, while it is in the infantry, the time is still small, the time is still learning how to crawl. That time will teach you how to walk. You shouldn't start running around full say, oh, can't learn how to walk. That's how I understand it. I may be wrong, but that's it. That's what he was saying. They will not do it that way. They're sponsoring a company to grow while we suffer Liberia. That's what I heard.
So then what do you have to say about many of the people who responded asking that when has he become this, and when has he gained his sanity? When has he become so enlightened to speak about this? Because he was the deputy speaker and then becoming speaker later on, and many of these things happened when things were sent from the executive to the house. They were done without being scrutinized. When has he become this holy angel to start pointing out things now that is not in the interest of Liberian people?
Mr. Famule.
I'm just saying out of what I
agree. I going to address. I think it's sentimental. If I say, oh, Famule, you are not fair, I should be able to point to why I think you are not fair. So I should say, oh, listen, you made Joyce speak for 5 hours. In fact, Joyce spoke for 5 hours. You didn't allow me to speak for 1 minute. I should be able to tell you why your fairness is and why your unfairness is. Point to deals that passed on his watch that Liberia is suffering from. One. Secondly, remember that he was a leader. As a leader, he don't have to be talking the way he's talking right now. He's now a leader. He's like a floor member. So before he was speaking in his capacity as a leader in a leadership room. So you're not going to be coming on Facebook. So you should understand there are two things. It's either you think, oh, you were a speaker and they put BR executive mansion and you're leaking. Or you were a speaker, they put Bay Road going to Sando and today no road there. Point to something that when he was there that happened that Liberia is suffering from. One, and number two, what did he do at that time? Now, if you cannot point to it, then you should also understand that he was leader at that time. He couldn't come on the Facebook.
So
I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him. But
if I can get what you said, just said, when people are in leadership, they shouldn't talk about things that matter.
They should act more. Let me tell you. Let me just tell you, when President Vako was vice president, when you were former vice president, not former president, but when you were, I'm not wrong. When you were former vice president, at that time, you were former vice president. The way you used to talk, you didn't expect President Vako to talk now. No. Right now, he has the authority to
he sort of act now.
He has the power now to do it. Before you were talking, he never had the power to do it, so people will do it. Right now, he can't say it. If he become opposition, he can still say it because I think he doesn't have the power to do it. Right now, President Wia can talk the way you are not talking with your president. He can talk now because now he doesn't have the power to do it. So, in other words, when you are in authority, use your authority to make the change. When you are not there, then you remind
you are very brilliant. You are very brilliant.
That's how I see it. I'm not defending him.
Just hang on there.
I'm not defending. I'm just saying the way it's supposed to be. I'm not saying
one more follow up to that. So now it has it brought us to this part now, to this sticky part, where in the issue about rectification. Because we know that the president cannot, sign an agreement and effectuate the agreement. That is completely against our constitution. So on a constitutional precedent or proceedings, the president must forward whatsoever agreement to the House for ratification. And then now, so what is the function now of what role are they playing now in this ratification? If he's saying he's outlining all of this and making it to look as if their input in that particular agreement that was sent to them is not significant, it's not important, because that's how I try to understand. Because the president had already signed an agreement, forwarded it to them, because that is what the Constitution says, And
Right.
that is the way where you guys can scrutinize it. You guys can look into it, and because look, the lawmakers are the direct representation of our people. Because we can't tell all the elaborate people working in our house, so they have to look at one person to represent them. So
Yep.
if you sitting in there to represent the people of Grand Crew, and then there is a bill that should have a trickle down effect on them, and you say, and you come out and say, oh, there's nothing in there for the people. So what role are you playing now in the process of ratification or representation, or the kind of responsibility? Let me put it that way. So what kind of responsibility now is Fanatic Kofa using as per our constitution to deal with ratification of agreement that is made from the executives to the House of Legislature?
Okay, let me give a disclaimer in the first place. I'm not defending Kofa. I'm just looking at the reality the way it is. Number one, right now, like I said, he's a common person. And in the House, we all know the reason. In fact, the reason he's not a speaker today is because the number outweigh him. In the House is a place of number. He may have other idea. If he cannot convince people to reach to his level, they will not be that thing, the idea will not go through. That's one. Secondly, because in Liberia, we don't have a tracking system to know who voted and who not vote. So you put in an idea on the Facebook, so that tomorrow nothing that happens, you can say, I spoke out. In other words, he put himself on record. Like I said, I don't know whether he's speaking in the House. All these things, I'm just speaking out of hypothetical because I may be wrong. But the idea that I'm looking at the physical evidence that you're providing to me now, this I think I'm just looking at. He putting himself on record and saying, no, I think this is what I want to see happening. But since I alone can't do it, let me put it out and let people know that what I want to see happening. And that's just my opinion. I may be wrong, but that's how I see it.
All right, we can take that because this almost like an opinion pool. You say your own. Let me hear you, Josh. What do you have to say about the stance now that the former speaker is taking? He has become very critical now of bills, because previously, let me just take you back a little bit. He said before this post that he was going to be in support of all of the three. He said he agreed and accepted the three agreements that the president signed, and with the various oil blocks. And he said he wrote on a Facebook page. He said, but he singled out two that he said those two were well detailed and well structured, and it's going to have good impact, and he's going to invest more time into that. And then he singled out one of them, who is the Oranto one, and they seen Oranto one have surfaced before on that same floor when he was deputy speaker. And today he's coming out now to say, oh, this is not in the interest. So, but there's some conflicting issue in there. I don't know. He was saying that they said 15% will in a agreement. Just say directly what he said. He said the petroleum law.
Can you please share it in the chat room, if it's possible?
Yeah, I can share in the chat room. He said, according to the 2019 petroleum law, section 36, Liberians are entitled to receive 5% of each block, while no car will receive 10%. So this is where I'm confused here. How can you distinguish Liberians and now no car? How can you distinguish that? And then he went further to say, let me quickly learn on this before you cut me. He said the Oranto agreement says no car will get 15%. Remember the previous one, they said no car are going to get 10% and Liberians get 5%. So all total was 15%. But in this one, this recent agreement, he's saying that this group going to get now, no car is now going to get all the 15%. And then the Liberians should leave their own with God. The high gets it. Liberians should leave their own with God. And if in 180 days after they found oil, Noka does not speak for us, Oranto gets the 15% free, section 17. So now I'm asking now, And while you're going through to answer and give your point on that, can you just include what's the difference between the 5% I say for Liberia and then NOCA separate with 10%? I don't understand it, but you can
Look,
maybe you can let me know.
this is brilliant, and the lawyer in Fonati Kofa has spoken to this rather. It's simple, and I think people just bashing at him because they already have preconceived notion in their head. This man is saying our law, our petroleum law in the country of 2019, section 36I says that Liberians will have 5% of the money, right, that they are using to purchase that oil block, right? And then NOCA, who is a regulator of that sector, will get 10%, right? That's what our law says. Now, President Bouaka and his team went to negotiate with the people that are coming to buy the oil block and said, instead of Liberian people getting 5%, the 5% Liberian people sort of get, and the 10% NOCA sort of get, all the money will go to NOCA, right? And then, even if the people find out that, yeah, they get a marketable quantity of oil in that block, they will now be able to relinquish, NOCA will relinquish the 15% to them, back to the Oriental. And the Oriental, the only thing they are doing is because they know that they want to flip this oil, this particular block, oil block, because they don't have they're not going to mine oil, they're not going to explore the place. They just want to flip it, they want to buy it and go and flip it. Just like somebody can buy things from Kakata and Kedu, wherever. When they buy fire in Kakata, they bring it to Wheeler Market and say $15. And they get a profit, they're gone. Then when Coke Routine to go and eat it, that penny what they bought from Kakata, they just want to carry to wherever to go and flip it, so they won't buy cheap price. So that's what they are trying to do, guys. And I want to see my former instructor here who taught me this, called Robin Roberts. He honored that asking Honorable Kufa, what were you in 2019? Kufa is not saying that anything wrong with 2019. What he's trying to say is that in 2019, we made a law in this country that should govern all our oil negotiation. I mean, 5% will go to the Liberian people and 10% go to NOCA. So why is it now that these negotiators, Bouaka and his team that want to negotiate now, instead of giving the 5% to the Liberian people, they're taking the 5%, giving it to NOCA, and then afterward, NOCA, in 180 days, NOCA have to go and fight for us, for the Liberian people. It's against our law. That's what he was trying to say here. But people don't understand. People can read, but people don't understand most of the time. And they'll just go and start bashing somebody. And about sometimes you don't respond to a lot of people because it doesn't make any sense for you to write something that is explicit, that people should understand, but they read it because they already have a preconceived mind. They're asking you, where were you? The man is not saying that the law they made 2019 is a bad law. The man is trying to say, even the law we made 2019, these guys went behind and doing something different. They ain't following the law. Like let's say when you selling bag of rice in Kakata, you must sell it $15. That's the law. Then somebody come and say we sell it $15, 50 cents. It's against the law, right? So how would Bouaka and his team go to work and say they want to do something different from the law? They are deviating from the law. That's what the man is saying. So those who are bashing him, it's just lack of knowledge, lack of comprehension, and lack of everything. That Nigerian man is a crook. All he wants to do is to get an oil block. When he get an oil block, he go look for buyers. When he bought it $5, he would come and sell it $20. That's why he did it last time. And that's what he want to do again. Victor Easy. That's what Victor Easy wants to do. And that's why this lawmaker is saying that it is not proper. They shouldn't do it like that. If even they want for that deal to go to, they must take the Liberian people 5% and give it to the Liberian people. And I hear you saying, Max, you said something about what's the difference between local and Liberian people. So the 2019 petroleum law, they said every Liberian was entitled to, ordinary Liberian were entitled to 5%, and that money was going to go into an escrow account, right, for Liberian people to use. Then the regulator was going to get 10% of anybody who came to buy any of the oil blocks, right? So that 10% that NOCA is getting, NOCA will use it to do their operation, right? To make sure that they can fly, they can use helicopter and fly and go to the wreck and do and monitor what the people doing on the wreck, to come and to buy their office supplies and do their things because they are autonomous agency, right? So about the 10%, for that 5% supposed to go in an escrow account for Liberian people, just for Liberian people. Just like we want to have the diaspora money, how that money is supposed to be for the Liberian people. Just like when you send money now to Liberia, what the diaspora, Adekoya said, Amy knows that a lot. She will talk about that a time count. That means that money will sit in an account that will be for Liberian people, and we can make decisions how we want to use that money. But now, Wakai and his people went to work and changed it. And that's why he's saying out of wickedness or lack of competence for them to negotiate that thing, because you look at the law say you're going to get 5% to the Liberian people, 10% to local, but then they say no.
Thank you.
So George, now to follow up on that, to follow up on that, what are they? Then what is the purpose of the ratification now?
Okay, the ratification, that means when you come to the house, you say no. Then when we cannot pass it into law until the 5% go to the Liberian people, to be part of ratification. But this man is trying to come out because even when he opposes it and the regime speaker say yes to it, it will still pass. So he's trying to
even if he prove it beyond all reasonable doubt.
Yes, it's politics. He will prove it
on the basis of the law. He said they will still. And is that how unpopular this speaker has become, that he none of his colleagues listen to him again?
The reason why he's not speaker today is because he has less of the people supporting him. So even when he got all the people that are supporting him to support his idea now, they were so lost to the regime speaker. And that's why he's saying, he put it to the Liberian people, say this is what the government wants to do. And I will oppose it, but my opposition will not stop it, because they got more people in the house here who are money doublers, they are money eaters. They will accept it. So when they accept it, it will go through. And when it goes through, the Liberian people will lose out 5% is supposed to get from the millions of dollars.
All right.
And when it's the 5% of that plenty money, that a lot of money. Now,
so what do you make up this other statement that came that says that this speaker normally goes to the house and only shake hands and leaves?
No, that is another sentimental thing. If at all, he's there to represent his people in Grand Crew. When he's not going to work, the people who are responsible for not going to work. It's not our business.
Thank you very much.
He's not a they say he must come to class.
So come here, man. So
I want to ask Josh a question, please, if you don't mind.
Yeah, you can quickly ask Josh.
Yeah, okay. So Josh, we know that NOCA is the one responsible, as the setter agency. So that they're supposed to, I don't know whether they're supposed to regulate or whatever.
Yeah, regulate.
I think you'll come after that Josh. On the second round, you can ask Josh that question.
Okay.
But I think the thing about the whole thing is, it is the speaker, the former speaker. Well, speaker, I always call him that. Job to to dissect and put together and take apart anything that goes in their house, right? That's what's supposed to happen. But from the explanation that I'm hearing, I'm not seeing any difference or differences in what I'm hearing, right? From 2019, from what you read till now. So if you're saying that Liberian people will get 5% and then NOCA will get 10%, right? You put together in at 15%. Who's running that agency? I mean, is NOCA being ran by foreigner, or is it part of the Liberian government?
It's beside the point. You mean?
No, you don't tell me what the point is. I'm gonna ask you: is NOCA a foreign? Is it a foreign entity or whatever, or is it part of the Liberian government?
Okay.
I'm asking a question, family.
You want me to respond?
No.
Okay.
You're muted.
Look, I was looking at this from a different.
I just want a yes or no. Let me continue. Is it a part of the government or is it a foreign entity? That's what I want.
It's part of the government.
Okay. So was there 5% going to be like a similar check going out to Liberian people, or was it going to be put in an account that NOCA has. Which one is it?
Look, from time past, we know how that entire issue about that 5% was disbursed. We know fully well how Akara's Grace received some of the money. We know fully well how corrupt lawmakers were all over in local offices going to
So
get that
it's not
land
a
shares.
similar check
Look,
to Liberians.
it
Because
was
I'm just
yeah,
trying to
because the
understand him
problem
because-
is that it is the same national budget that are support local. The budget, the same national budget support local. So if money goes to local, it means that it is coming directly to the Liberian government.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If it's not a stimulus check being sent out to I don't know how they would send it out, but if people are not lining up for them to give them that money that they call it Liberian people, quote unquote, and so it's the same thing. I don't see anywhere where anything had been shortchanged or whatever that George say wickedness. It's the same person that's still with Liberia. So where is the wickedness? My only problem here is
Well,
that.
Amy, I think I should be answering the question. So
My only problem. No, I just wanted to know the differences. My only
George, you
problem
don't let
here
her
is
answer
that.
question. When Amy asks you question and make you angry, so Amy don't want to ask you question again.
Oh no, that's
okay,
not.
no problem.
Judge will get asked questions. Judge, that's not something.
You
Judge
got your
don't
lip
get a
getting
detail
pink
right here.
Peter. I know what
Judge
you
don't get
up
a
to.
detail right here.
I
But
enjoy
anyways,
myself.
like I was saying, if that money was being given as a check to the Liberian people, and Mr. President is saying no, we shouldn't give it to the Liberian people. Let's take it away from them. You can call that wickedness, right? But if that's not how that money goes out, if it being set in the account and it being used by the state local assembly, I don't see words that and they're saying that 15% goes to local. I don't see where there that it should be that the president should be called wicked and that making the former speaker to say he will not sign or he will not support it, because it doesn't make any sense to me. If you flip it around, you turn it around, you flip it over, you turn it over, you round it up, it's the same 15% that's still staying with Liberia. Nothing has been or something. My only thing here is that why would a country be if we have oil? Why should we be giving 15% and all of these other percentages go to somebody else? When we're the one who have the the product and all they're doing is bringing digger and shovel to dig it up or whatever it is, whatever resource or whatever thing that it needs or something. Why should it be the percentage be so low? That's the only problem I got with it, and I think that's what I thought that's what the speaker will be having problem with. But you talking about 10% of knockout, 5% of Liberian poor, but you know when they say 15% of knockout, I'm confused here. I'm really confused. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to find something with that, but I don't see anything else with that. If he agrees with it, 2019 and signed it. I don't. If he's trying to change his mind now and saying that just because the figure came together instead of it being separated, then I'm not getting his point at all. But other than that, it is his job to disagree, to see if something is wrong for the country or not. But from this explanation, if that is the only reason why he doesn't want to sign the deal, I don't see anything wrong with it. Then I think he's doing it for something else. So, Mr. Emmanuel, you said you wanted to ask the question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask George a question.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I think we know that NOCA is the manager when it comes to the oil sector. So my question is, if these people are the manager, if the 15% that is coming to the country that has been divided into two, the 5 for this and 10 for this, if it go through them, then will the country not benefit? Is that how it's been looked at?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I want to answer you. We make law for reasons, right? When they say in the country I'm in, even your married wife, when she says she now wants to see with you, when you see with her, you'll put you in jail for 7 years here in this country. So if you come and say, well, they post to pay, and I met woman, when men want to sleep with woman, when you sleep with her for, that's not the law. It's common sense. If the law say when you steal or go to jail, then somebody say, oh no, the man steal your jail getting 3 days when I come to work, then I come to work after the 3 days. It's not the law. That's what the man is pointing out. We are dealing with the law. The reason why we pay the people all that money is for them to make law that people will go by. Let's say, for example, you're driving erratically in the street. Police arrest you. What the law say when you're arrested driving erratically, that what will happen to you. But when they say, oh no, because that Zaza, you're letting go, it's against the law. So when they say 10% and 5%, the law says the reason why they made that law is that they hope to talking about that $1.2 million that what Oriental is paying to the government. All that 1.2 million, 10% of it is supposed to go to NOCAL. That NOCAL does not get
$1.2 million. That's it?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Now all we're talking about is $1.2 million.
You see,
so that $1.2 million that Oriental is paying, 10% of it supposed to go to NOCAL. NOCAL does not get budget from our national budget. Just the same way Freeport can get budget. So NOCAL can get budget from
NOCAL is a revenue generating agency.
Yeah, exactly. So NOCAL can get allocation in our budget. So that 10% that they can get, that what they can use to do their operation, run their operation, and to pay their staff and do everything. That 5% goes into an escrow account. That escrow account is decided upon what to do with it by the government of Liberia.
When it comes to budgeting.
It does not even go into the national budget, no. Because guess what? That whole $1.2 million that the government, let's say bulk of it. Let's say we're taking 15% from there, right? So that 85%.
So has this happened before? Has there been a 5% put aside before for Liberia?
Yes.
And what happened to it?
No. Listen now, Amy. Listen now. 2019. Since 2019, we have not had anybody buying oil block when the law was made. This is the first time it's coming to be bought now. So that what we are saying, they follow the law. That's all.
Whoa. So this is just something that just came about?
2019, what the man said, 2019, they amended the oil, the Exploration Act. They amended it, and now they amended it in 2019. So they amended it now. The new law now is going to be applied. Those people who are doing the negotiations who have known the law that govern our petroleum sector, and it's supposed to make sure that that particular percentage goes to where it's supposed to go because that's the law. You cannot change the law in the middle of the game.
So, George, is it that the law hasn't been changed and the people are not abiding by it? Is that what you're saying?
The law has been changed, but they are not abiding by the law they changed.
No. What I'm saying, the 2019 law is in effect and they are not abiding by it. That's the argument?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Well, yes, that's the whole thing here.
What I say is that whoever made that 2019 law, they are not still for the country. Because if you're talking about $1.2 million death, it's like a stack. $1.2 million just being for Liberian people alone is not even enough. That's the first thing. And then before I talk about it, we'll be sharing it with but the one thing I wanted to say to Emmanuel, he said when Famna asked him here about what happened to the former speaker and other ones, he said something that if you're a leader, you're not supposed to talk. When you're not there, that's when you're supposed to talk. Where did that come about?
No, I don't think that's what you actually said. It means when you are a leader, your advocacy should be through your action, not like going onto the Facebook. You didn't expect President Bogana to go to the Facebook and complain?
No, not go to the Facebook. You don't have once the Facebook start being popular, anyways. That is not. It wasn't something. But the thing is, if you are a leader, a deputy speaker, or a speaker of a house of representatives, you can speak on whatever comes in that house that is bad for the country. You can speak on it. You don't have to go to Facebook and do that. If you want to do the read up, that's fine. But you can also speak on it. For you to say you don't, you have to be out of there before you say something. I don't know. I live in America. I grew up in America. What I see speakers are doing is speaking on the bills, whatever they're fighting over in our house. That right now that we're talking about government shutting down, the speaker is out there defending and saying whatever he had. So is that something that don't get done in Liberia? That when we something and then we the same old people that say, oh, they were there. What happened? What did they do? Why didn't they say that? Why didn't they do that? But now there's something they're doing. And no, you're supposed to speak for your people as a leader. I'm not saying you should go do Facebook gossip or whatever, but no, you're supposed to speak for your people. And why you equivalent to President Bwakai being a vice president? That's a different place you're talking about right there. He was a vice president. You had a president. That was his boss. He couldn't have come in and something to come argue with his boss. This is different from being the speaker of the house. Y'all listen.
No, you didn't understand. No, but you don't understand what I said. You saying something else.
Let me finish. This is different from being the speaker of the House of the Representatives. In our house, your mouthpiece for the people. That's who you are. A vice president, you are a helper to the president. That is your boss. She picked you, not the Liberian people. She picked you to be her vice president. You understand what I'm saying? The speaker, or you become a speaker or a deputy speaker, you are voted in by your people from a district, right? To represent them. And in the house, your colleagues voted you in that place. So you are the mouthpiece for your something. And overall, as you become a speaker, you're the speaker of the house of the country. So you can't tell me, say, oh, you just want to watch your action, but nobody said, well, yes, you saw the work. Absolutely. But if you rejecting or something, you can't just sit down and be mute about it. You have to tell the country why this is bad for the country, because this is not in it, this is not in it, and this is not there. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That is not talking. That is not doing this.
Can I just clarify? Can I clarify before you end? You're still on the floor, you end. I said when President Bwakai was a former vice president, where he was not a vice president, he was just a standard bearer of the Unity Party, he could talk because at that time the power was not in his hand. But when he becomes a president, you don't have to talk anymore, you have to act. So when you are a speaker, you don't go on the Facebook and talk, but rather you act. You have meeting with your people and tell them why. Like right now, you know, the Kanga Lauren, if she wants him to happen in the Senate, what she's going to do? She's going to have a Senate leadership meeting to tell them this is what I want to see happening. Even though they do here, we'll have to vote for it, but this is how I want to vote for it.
Zaza, even the current speaker now, let's see what he wrote. Nothing, because he got the power in his hand.
The current speaker can go on Facebook and advocate.
Yeah, it's a simple analogy. But because our people, when they hate you, they will find everything to diminish anything you say.
Okay, so let me have my floor back.
So what I'm saying,
hate or love.
No, tell me what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not independent. It's not independent.
I want to say what you said. Let me come to George. This thing has nothing to do with. I know your CDC people, when somebody not supporting you, then I hate. You're ready to put that.
So I see better do.
No, you're not understanding. I'm talking to George. You are not going to pass on that with that, George. The Speaker Kun can speak on that bill. Nothing wrong with it if he speaks. He's supposed to speak if he finds something wrong with that bill, to let the Liberian people know why he rejecting that bill, why he's not signing that bill, why this is not good for the country, this is not good for the country, this is bad for the country. If people are something, the word speaker Kofi came out and saying whatever he's saying, if people don't understand and try to make noise about it, it is Speaker Kun's responsibility also to defend that bill if he's something in it. There's nothing wrong with it. So I don't know where you come from, say the former speaker, he's not speaking, he's not supposed to. Who told you say he's not supposed to speak? Who said that? I didn't say anything like that. Do I look like Speaker Kun mouthpiece? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's nothing wrong with you speaking as a leader, especially in a house of representative. That is the people's house. You are representing the people. You're not just there to be mute and just be letting things, so say one, so say all. No, or whatever else they say in there. No. You a speaker. There's nothing wrong with a speaker speaking. Oh, for you to from to ask why, as a deputy speaker, he let that bill pass, and now he's speaking it, and he said, "Oh, because he was a leader, he's not supposed to speak." I disagree with that. Totally disagree with that.
Okay, can I come here a little bit?
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I understand your point, but here's the thing: there is a right for anybody to speak. Even Bwakai said, "You can go now and say," and Bwakai will go and say, the country high. But guess what we're asking? Are you the president? What you doing for the country to not get high? Right?
Oh,
So we want him to act and to talk and what we're trying to say. So when you're a leader, when you have the power, you can't, okay, let's say I'm a military man, I get going in my hand. Then I can't do Amy, I say, Amy, the people come here, Amy said, "What are you getting going? Where you can go there?"
Wow. Is that what you got from that speech? The statement that the country had? That's what you got from it? Why are you in that way? You don't like an honest leader. Why don't you like honest? You one person, what kind of thing you said because I'm president now? The country is all money for heavy. The country is all bread and butter. No, he doesn't want to deceive the people. He acknowledged the problem that the country has. It doesn't mean he's not working towards it. It doesn't mean because he's fixing it, he's not supposed to acknowledge that problem. He's not supposed to be honest about it. He's supposed to come and fake and lie. I'm the best president since 1847. I'm doing this one. I'm doing a wet t-shirt, but I didn't say, oh, everything is bread and butter when it's not. No, he's being honest. He's acknowledging the problem. What is wrong with that? That doesn't mean he's saying that I'm not the president. I'm not going to fix it. He's telling you the country high. But this is that. And that's why anybody working in government, you're not here to play. So you left all the other things that he had around that statement. You want to talk that one part. The country is hard. And put it to, I'm not the president. So I'm telling you the country is hard.
No, Amy, that's not what I said. You didn't listen to me at all. You are just listening to respond. You didn't listen to understand what I was saying. I said he can do that. Yeah, he can do that. Let me tell you, he can do that. But the most convenient thing to do is to take action than to talking.
And he is.
So guess what? Yes. So
which he did. He took action, but that's not the point.
Honestly, that's my point. Yes,
but it doesn't mean he can't acknowledge it.
No, but I think you are just being defensive. You now want to pick up what he's saying. What we are saying.
Don't speak for me. I'm not being defensive. I'm speaking something that you're not understanding.
Okay.
You guys don't like honest leader. That's what I'm saying. Just because you're saying you acknowledging that something is wrong, it doesn't mean you don't have to fix it, or you're not saying you will fix it. What Joe said first, I can rewind something and play it right here. He said he said the country high. Why are you talking? Just fix it. You the president. You don't have to tell fix it. Don't talk. No. That's when I came and said that. He's acknowledging the hardship in the country. He's acknowledging the challenge in the country. Even though he's facing it and he was speaking to his cabinet and he was saying something that to them. That was not the only question. He just did not walk outside and say the country hard. He just got in a car and started going. No. So if you when you say something, put it in context. Don't just pick one phrase from in it or one word and type running away with it and say that's what the president meant. Or you trying to tell him he should do that, he shouldn't talk about it, but he should fix it. No,
Emmanuel, I think it's being what we are going with this, right?
Mind here is what I don't like doing. Say the whole thing, then let's talk about it.
Amy, I did not say what President Baka said was wrong, or he shouldn't have said it. I didn't say that. You're not listening. That's the problem. I did not say he not supposed to say
yes, you did.
What he said was wrong. You see, how will you say what I said when I'm right here?
Because you just said it.
No, I did not. No, you're not listening. That's the problem.
Okay, let me look for it. Keep talking.
Yeah, but listen, let me say what I said. I said the president can acknowledge a problem, right? He got a right to do that when he wants to do it. It's okay. However, the best thing to do when you get the tool in your hand, you can't get screwdriver in your hand for you to face the car. Then you say, oh, the car's full. They say, but are you get a screwdriver in your hand? Where you can face the car? And I screwdriver to face the car. So I said the most convenient thing to do is to act as a leader, then to state the problem because you already know the problem. That's why you were there. Fonati is now stating the problem because he does not have the tool to face the problem. It's simple. The president can go out, even the president go down and say, oh, our people in LEC go again. Then the people say, but are you the president when you complain about anything?
Okay, let me can you a little bit. Let me can you a little bit.
Why you putting things to that? I mean, you just saying stuff that has nothing to do with the other. Because what I'm looking for that statement that you made first.
Let me come in quick.
Yeah, that's from that coming. I'm looking for that statement you made first. You never said it was a good thing that he's doing, but you should fix it. You make it look like he was saying something. He's not fixing it, but he's telling you. That's when I came in and said he's also acknowledging it and fixing it. So let me look for it and play. You
So
just said it.
quickly, guys,
Go ahead.
let us not just hang on onto this for the rest of the night. We have other
Right.
stuff to talk about.
I want to
And,
suggest to you, family, so you can go ahead. I want to suggest to you.
Go ahead.
I want to suggest that we look at that very deal that Kofa is speaking to. I think the deal is available on Front Page Africa. Can we read through it and see whether he's making any sense or not?
Well, that's a detailed paper. We cannot read it out here. You can go back and do your own homework or your own due diligence with that. But what I know is that there have been a lot of pandemonium, so to say, that have been coming out since from Speaker Kofa. He has been writing on serious. He's been writing a lot these days on Facebook. I say he has now joined the keyboard warrior now to be on Facebook. And the first one on his official Facebook page, Speaker Kofa mentioned that in Ghana, you're making reference. He said in Ghana, the signature fee for giving out some of the oil blocks was 20 million. But it came to Liberia, ours were given for 1.2 million signature fee. And he said a lot of things. You know, it is good that when our leaders who always want to present themselves to be the John the Baptist must always be honest to themselves and ask themselves those critical questions. When you were at the echelon of power, at the highest among your colleagues, you were sitting up there. In fact, when you were deputy speaker, a lot of Booker's thing went on in our house there. Up to now, Liberian people still suffering from it. And what do we get in the end? But I am not even drawn to that. My concern here is that this document was sent to this house for ratification. This is my point. So whether you start beating it, so you bring some on social media, they start to suit you, you brought it on social media so that you can get some sentiment from like minds and people who don't have, good argue. Especially, you know that so many unintelligent people all over on the social media space for your group will come there and be thinking that, oh yeah, you this was the reason why the people kick you out, because you were in the right direction. Because this is a sentimental game. This is an emotional, emotional game. He tried to bring it to the social media so that you can play with the minds of those young comrades who will think that, oh, this is they may have always been, this was one of the main reasons why they kick you out of that position, because you want to be saying truth. This is not about truth. You want to score a point, but that point fall under their rock because you are in possession of that particular agreement, and it is your lobbyistic power, it is your ingenuity. You already get a legal background. So use all of the laws, see you quoting all of the laws that say this, that, sit right in the house there and bring the argument. And once it hit the floor, proffer the argument, and you have people there who look, in as much as there are a lot of bad people in our house, but there are good ones once it comes to something that will benefit the interest of the Liberian people, because now it has reached to a point where everybody is on everybody. We are in the age of information. Anything that happens over there, this and now, even voting is out now on the media. So for those people who go to the house and do not vote, who abstain, all the people love because then we can already see them now. So for nothing, you have an argument. Don't take on the small part and bring it on social media because you won't get sentiment from people. This is where I differ with you on. Sit in our house there. Don't go be there. They will be shaking hand. You do hair button and leave session and go sit down somewhere and jump on your phone and be making all kind of reckless statement on social media. Amy, I agree back to you.
Okay, so I said I was gonna, well, maybe at the end of the show we'll do this, because I don't want to speak on something and then just saying, oh, this is not what I said, and what he said is right here. I want to rewind it and I will play it later. But you said you had other topic, right?
Well, there's a lot of things going on in the country, Amy. We saw a communication today from the NTA. There were a lot of news that are running around, some positive news. Why they shoot out Liberia right now, currently, our own opposition only run with bad news. And, you know, so when good things happen, they don't even talk about it. So we remember in time past, we had the folks from the NTA came here on our platform and gave us some good information that there was some procurement made for buses to alleviate the locomotion of our people from one part of the country to another part. So we saw some report today coming from that entity that out of the I think 60 buses they procure the first 36 going to.
Oh, George been looking for those buses.
Yeah, the first 36 are going to be clear out, and but you know they try to be very reserved with the information because they know how these elements can transmogrify stuff. So my very good friend who works in that department put up a circular on notice, so to say that the official communication or the official announcement will be done by the NTA and not by any other quasi and no media institution.
So we calling us now.
And any other
are we part of the Kwasa too?
No, but we know the Kwasa group then. The Kwasa group then who are running with it and making all kind of lala hella. But that's a good news. The first 36 pieces.
Just waiting for those buses. Everything
going to be. You know, I mean, let me just say this. We had a lot of prophets of doom in Liberia. And that's the reason why they kept our country in a retrogressive state for the past 6 years. When the head of the higher religious institution in our country laid down their heads on the ground for Josh Weah to step on our head, brought our sacred religion to real popular disrepute for men who have not even, understood 10 Bible verses to step on the head of those religious men. And today our country is still fighting to recover from that particular religious torture, because today now people using the pulpit to preach their messages, all kind of messages. They're using the pulpit now. They're doing all kind of things over there. So I mean is becoming alarming, and I'm very sorry that an educated man of Fonanti will allow himself to be in a state of desperado. 1 minute Fonanti, after burning the capital, he had heavy ashes on his forehead, running to the police. He's saying, oh, he come from Ash Wednesday. Another minute, he in George Weah church, standing behind George Weah. And another minute, we saw him in heavy prayer gun, saying he prayed in the I don't know, Central Street Mosque or what kind of mosque he went in. So I don't know what the guys are fooling Liberian people on and what they really up to. But anyway, I get back to you, Amy. That's what's happening now. We have buses on the way to help with the transportation situation in our country, and this is a very big news. And
good news. Good news. Yeah, that's a very good news. And George, you've been anticipating these buses. What do you have to say to that?
Thank you, guys. You know, we will not tire, right? We will not tire. You can give us all the names you want to give us. Naysayers, you can insult us. We will not. This government said in September, the buses was going to arrive. We reminded them, September is finished. Where are the buses? They said a week from now. It was in September, at the beginning of September. So after September ended, today is November 1st here in Australia. And I know in Liberia it's already November 1st there. You said in September, the buses were going to be in Liberia. September ended. We got it October. In the middle of October, we ask questions. You say we are naysayers. For me, I don't know what you guys are doing that even in our own country, we ask our government, they promise, or we ask them when that promise will be delivered. You say we call naysayer, you call this other name. It's your business. You can you can sing praise until we can reach judgment day. Because even for you, if the buses don't come until next year, you will not ask questions.
What?
You will not ask questions. Why did you ask questions when they said the buses were coming in 1 week? The buses did not come. It passed, whole month passed. You did not ask questions. You did not ask questions because you are a praise singer. That's what you do for a living. You sing. We don't sing. We ask questions. And when we ask a question, you want to insult us. You want to call us naysayer. You want to call us dasayer. When last did you ask the yellow machine? Okay, we have been asking questions.
Like you the choir master. Like you the choir master. Without pressing.
They can let's see for Josh. We are a good man.
I say Joe.
Yo.
I mean, you disrupting me. Let me finish. Yeah, the yellow machine. They didn't ask questions. They went out to BTC in the barracks. They didn't ask what's going to happen to them. We ask the question. We are brave enough to ask the question because we are not praise singers. You sing praise all the time. You don't even care. Now they are purchasing the yellow machine from China. You don't ask questions. What will happen to those ones that they already brought in the country that they paraded on UN Drive? You are not asking the question. And then we that are brave enough to ask a question you call naysayer. It's because we are pushing the government. That's why they are doing things. Not because of you pressing it there, because you will never ask any hard question. We will ask any hard question. And you got to give us that ability to be able to ask a question. And then other question, I'm twisting us. Yeah, Amy, what you say?
So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I mean, when you were praise singing 6 years ago, you were not asking questions. The people who were asking questions, they were not seeing any results. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're pushing, you're asking questions, and this government is working, is that a bad thing or a good thing? Because
what the question you asked in the last 6 years, I did not see result. What the question you asked in the last 6 years, you didn't see result.
Family, please express yourself. The last 6 years,
which question you asked? We are asking when the yellow machine coming that you promised. We are asking where the 60 buses you said were coming in 1 week, and we now go 1 month. That haven't come. We are asking these questions.
You said
what question did you ask that? What the judge we have promised that he said it coming? Then then it didn't come, and you started asking questions.
Hey, the 900 teachers. They say you want for her to ask something else.
You said 6,000 teachers. You see, you don't even know where you are. You see, you don't even know where you are.
We even got 1,000.
You don't
know where you are. You don't even know where you are. You see?
No problem. Let me just name a few. The airplane cake. The 6,000 teachers. We even see 500. The Bali Island. We don't even see.
There was no time frame. There was no time frame on those things.
6 years. He said it, but there was no time
even
frame.
6 years, President Weah did not say in 2 years we're going to bring the teachers. In 1 year we're going to bring. He did not give time frame. Your government told us in 1 week. In 1 week the buses will be here. So hold them by the word. President Weah saying you were anticipating to build the Bali Island. He did not give you time frame.
The Twin City.
Now anybody here who can tell me, say President Weah gave me the clip or the newspaper that he said President Weah said in 1 week the Bali Island will be ready. So or the 6,000 teacher will be in the country this time. Tell us because he did not give time frame because it was a proposition. It was a proposition.
President Weah was promised 12 years. President Weah was promised 12 years. Is that what you're telling us? Because only 6 years were promised to President Weah. So if you make any promise in 6 years, in our 6 years, it's supposed to be fulfilled because 12 years is not promised to you. So we never saw any other promises in 6 years. You telling us, President Weah did not give us any something. but because he gave us any what you said timeline. He has said yet. He not said yet. That's when it's supposed to happen. It ain't happening. You still here after he out of there. You still singing praises. Then you got the audacity to come here and call us praise singer. We who can stand to the government and say this one is wrong and that one is wrong. You had never done it. Even he out of there. You still singing praises. Then you won't call us praise singers. We just named something. So let me tell you that those things coming on the sea, Josh. Those things are being put on something there. They don't have any control over there, over the sea. They don't have it. If they tell you say it will be at 1 month, it came the next month or the 2 months, I can say barrel from here. They tell me say my barrel will reach. So now it takes 2 months, 3 months before my barrel gets there. Does that mean I was lying to whoever I told in like bro said my barrel coming? No, I don't have any control over that. The fact of the matter is that it got there. So it wasn't any something. I gave it to them or I talked to them what it's supposed to get there. So if they make it there that time and they tell me, say, oh, they give me a stand up there and say, oh, it will be there. Instead of next month, it will be there the month after that. I have no control over that. If it doesn't get it, then the person who I caught and told the person can tell me, say, I'm lying to them. So for you to come in and tell us that, oh, because it says September, getting there in November, so that means something wrong with that. Come on,
no,
man.
I didn't say something wrong with that. Amy, why can't you just listen to me?
You said why you said you want to ask question.
Yeah, but Amy, why you can't ask question when somebody tell you say, okay, when the person say I'll give you money tomorrow, then tomorrow can't pass, and the person give the money, you keep quiet?
No, you're not keep quiet. You ask questions.
You ask questions. That's what they said. They said bring the buses for us, and they say 1 week the bus will be here. When 1 week pass, we get it another week. The week pass, we get in 1 month. So ask them what happened to the buses? That bad thing?
No, that's not what you said. You were making me say that lie. You said it was lie.
Questions, Amy. Ask questions.
Asking question is different than making fun. Say it's not going to happen. Asking question is different than saying that it won't happen. But it might not come in. What do you say to the transportation news that I'm not just something?
You know, sometimes when we bring about this CDC in the party, they stop the entire thing about the country. Family introduced a very good topic that was going to look at. Instead of he introducing the topic, he left it. He told Fontanti Cooper from the mosque, carrying to the church, from the church, he told church, we have made church, we have pastor to church. What?
If you want to talk your own, I told your own.
No, but
we are deliberating the topic.
Let's pay attention to the substance. Buses coming to the country is a good thing. And, you know, sometimes when I say nothing changed, the point of view is negative. Buses coming is a good thing. And I want us to pay attention to the buses that are coming. Are they already in country or they on the ship? If they are in country, where are they currently? Can we locate them? When are they going to be in service? How many people are going to be able to serve? How many communities are going to be will be benefiting from those buses? What are the maintenance in place? We should start talking about them. Like that, then we are advancing. We're putting the country forward. But instead of we thinking about it now, nothing about 6 years, nothing happened, 7 years, nothing happened, 20 years, nothing happened. If we continue like that, then for me, I can say nothing changed because I think they put out down there for 6 years. I think they were doing what they were putting back to the 12 year. They pay attention to the 12 years until they do nothing.
When you come out without your nothing changed topic there, Mr. Emmanuel. There's no way you can sit here and allow George to come here and say something that is not true, then you don't expect people to answer to it. It doesn't mean it's saying that the same thing should happen. If George says that, for instance, he said that, because one of the first buses that came in, they never had anything to say about it. They said they were old buses, they were this one here, they were that one here, it was fly, they will not come again, something. So if you start to ask them, for the people that they say 1847 language they can be given, what did they do with us? And then you say, there's no way you can move on without your past, man. I keep telling you this. There are certain things you can say, you stay away from your past, but your past make you who you are. Why is Liberia like this today? Why is Joe Boga fighting to fix Liberia now? If George Weah would have put it on the path it's supposed to be on, he wouldn't be suffering this much to get it to something. That's something you cannot run away from. If somebody come in and tell you, say, George Weah did not do it, so Joe Boga shouldn't do it, you have all right to question it or to tell them to stop saying that. But you can't stop somebody to say from saying that, from going back to the past and comparing it. Where was it now and how is it now? That's a good comparison. You cannot say somebody can talk about that. No. This is why I always disagree with you. The only thing you can say is that I shouldn't tell you, say, because George Weah did not do it, or Joe Biden shouldn't do it. That would be the stupidest thing for me to say. Because why? If I wanted it to stay like that, then there should be no way I should sit on anything to be campaigning against George Weah, because I wanted it to stay like that. But because I campaigned against him, I wanted him removed, and he did. So there should be no way I'd be saying that Joe Biden shouldn't do it. No. But then you cannot run away from the fact to say that you have to when they make advancement in somebody saying that that are nothing, then you have to make that comparison. Where was it and where are we now? Okay. That's all that is.
Okay, can I go ahead now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll repeat what I said.
Mm-hmm.
The buses that are coming to the country is a good news. What I don't want, for me, which is my opinion, I don't want to see happening and continue seeing, is that instead of all talking about the good thing that's happening now, we will leave it and start talking about the bad thing that happened in the past 6 years. It makes the good thing get disappear. And that's what CDC did for 6 years. We shouldn't be doing it for the next 6 years. CDC were putting the 12 years when they sort of be doing currently, sort of pay attention to the good thing, promoting the good thing, they didn't do it. They were thinking about just Ellen 12 years, before they came to themselves, 2023 were on their laps. We think about the bosses. That's a good thing. Why can't we pay attention to the bosses and see what all the good things are happening? And we're giving it down, making Joe, we are president. I mean, making Aligo pastor, making Fanadikova deacon. What I want got to do with the good thing that's happening now? Can we pay attention to the good thing and
promote the good thing now? Tell the good thing that's happening.
That's the good thing I'm talking. Let's pay attention to the bosses.
Talk everybody listening to you. Your phone to your own.
You can say something from the whole have to talk. Formula is not you. You not formula. Formula will say your own. You say your own.
Say to me, I say my own. You join in my throat. I allow you to talk.
No. You trying to censor somebody and teach them how to talk?
No, I'm not censoring them. You just came after me. You just came after me because I said something that you don't want to hear or you don't want me to say.
No, you're not. You telling him how to talk.
No, I'm not telling you how to talk. I'm not telling you what happened here is that we are suggesting because it's a panel. That I make you a panel. So you suggest.
Thank you. You can say that. But
suggestion is not sanction. It's not demand. It's just a recommendation.
I don't want, and I suggest. See that English I'm going to play with. I thought we said we speak good English.
Which I said. I said, in my opinion, I don't want it to be like this. So in other words, I'm trying to, when I say I don't want it to be like this, then what do I want? The one is the recommendation. So what I want us to do is to pay attention to the positive, the good one that's happening now, so that we'll go forward, which is a recommendation. It's not sanctioning anybody.
Speak it, let's go forward.
That's just a recommendation. So you said it, I shouldn't say it, but the same thing you tell me not to do, you're doing it to me.
That there's no way you can get away from your past. You can do that. But if there's a way you have to, if there's a reason to do a comparison, you can do it. The only thing you cannot do is that to say, because it's not happening in the past, it shouldn't happen now. When somebody says, why is your Baka still in Asia? But NCDC still there.
How many buses do we have coming in the country?
That would be a bad comparison. You can't say that. But you can make a comparison. How many buses? There was no bus now. There was no bus reaching the Plebo. There was no bus reaching the Lofa, but they are now. On the station, there was nothing happening like that, but they are now. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That's what I'm saying.
In the 6 years, the buses that are coming, how many buses do we expect, and how many of them are already in the country?
I don't work with the Ministry of what.
So quickly, we had the guy came from
NTA.
We have one of the directors came from the NTA. He said that the Liberian government, I do stand to be corrected, made procurement for around I think 60 buses, and from what we gather, the first 36 has arrived. So that's what we're looking at. I think he said they're going to come in two different
badges.
Two different badges. So the first set going to arrive, and it has. So that's a very good one. And more besides, you were talking about the maintenance and this, that, all of those were what the NTA was working on before the bosses could even come. Because he said, yeah, we had a whole show. You can go back.
We had the whole show.
You can go back and you play the video. You listen to it.
What was the deputy minister or what?
He's the director.
Something
One
like
of the
that,
director, yeah. So he gave us detailed information on how they have prepared for the coming of those bosses, and also they were working on the other bosses. He said they only had 3, the whole country, 3
working
functional buses, the whole country.
Now,
So-
this is the point I was talking about, family. When I introduce it and I say, let's pay attention to the buses that are coming and how they can be maintained, that is Liberia's problem. We don't maintain our issues. Now, see that EJ Johnson, EJ Salif, ministerial complex, right? When the new administration came, they painted it. If you not take that, they might like not paint it until they leave. I'm not saying it will not happen. But always when administration come, the very first time they can get it, they can refurbish all of those places, make them look fine, and after that they can forget about them. The problem we have issue with maintenance. So that's why I said the good things that are coming, let's speak to the things so that the people that are listening to us will be challenged. MTA buses coming is good. We don't want them to come today and after 1 month or after 1 year, then we start seeing that those buses are all landed alone. The rail road because
I will try and see if the guy can come back on here, because we told him that when he make that announcement, we said that he should so come back on here, because we asked all of those questions and he answered it when he came here the first time. So was he to see if we can get in touch with him, because we told him, he said when they start, the new buses start to come, we're going to call him for him to get something. So
yeah, for me, that's actually my issue is. We don't know how to maintain things. Let me tell you, since Amy,
you're the person who can talk about it.
There are buildings in Liberia. Real buildings, but when you see them, you don't see their beauty because people don't maintain them. Mm-hmm. There are things in Liberia that if we maintain, you know how beautiful Liberia actually is. Prior to me returning to Liberia, now in Liberia, it was 2007 or something. Mm-hmm. I was reading a book. I thought either from Ivory Coast or somewhere, and I saw the people talking about Liberia, talking about Moreover, and I sat there and thinking about what I was talking about, what I actually in Liberia. Mm-hmm. I went to see, and what Liberia was like something that nobody using, but people live in it. But the building is so bad. And looking at in other people's books, they talk about them. So the problem we have, the buses that are coming, my own sense, at least we have a chance to talk to people. Let's challenge them. The buses that are coming, let them put more time into maintenance. And they shouldn't just be. The last time of the MTA, how they call themselves, workers were protesting during job that they were generating more money and they were not getting paid. Now they were not getting paid and the buses were not being maintained at the same time. So the buses generating money, but you're not paying the people who running the buses, and you're not even maintaining the buses at the same time. We hope that this new administration, when the money comes in, at least they have a contract with the government that happening. Out of the money that coming, we'll give you 70% and use the other 30% to maintain the buses. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Hire Google mechanics. They are mechanics in Liberia that don't have a job. They just go from mechanic shop to mechanic shop to go get something for the day. Have a mechanic shop set up for heavy duty people. You pay them good money and let them maintain those buses. Then not every administration account will have to be buying buses for Liberia.
You think? I think he also said something like that they have or something.
Anyway, it's late.
Mm-hmm.
It's late. That's why they say when you come to church late, you don't raise unnecessary song. But
I thought I was asking a question. I'm raising song. You don't force it.
No, all of that was already taken care of. Cephas mentioned all of that. In fact, he had a very detailed plan.
Yeah.
A very detailed plan
plus here
about the maintenance, because the maintenance thing is not just because you said it here. It is one of the questions that I asked even on that night. I asked him about what mechanisms have been put in place because we know Liberia, because this is a systemic problem.
Yeah.
Liberian people, when it comes to maintenance, we're not there. So I told him, I said, how far have we reached with this issue about maintenance? Because we don't want for the buses to come on the road after, in fact, I'll even joking when I say, how small the road and looking when you go one time road, you come at our bus not go now, bus not running again. You say, oh yeah, and that's the reason why we make sure we updated our mechanic shop. We get some trained mechanics. And in fact, we're going to have heavy duty students will be having opportunity for NVDC will be coming over there to have hands-on experience. So this is a very big thing. And he said the reason why they decided not to bring those buses is because these buses have already, they are working along with the arrest agenda, because the president agenda is to make sure the roads are pliable. When the roads are pliable, it will help with the durability of the buses. It will help the buses to have longer lifespan, and the risk of having too many breakdowns will be minimized, form. So we talk about all of that, and that's the reason, and that's how he even gave us the information about how buses not reaching Plebo Sodican district in Maryland County to George area, where George had never been for more than I don't know how many years, but now buses reaching there in Maryland, where you used to go eat a palm butter. But today you have people celebrating that you can call your family in Maryland and say, I come in and say, we already cook the palm butter. Before you reach there, the palm butter already done, and you reach there, you see a palm butter fresh waiting for you. So George will not give it out to the government for that. But anyways, the Liberian people know better. I get back to you, Amy.
Yeah, so we'll try to get in touch with C first and see if he's not too busy, because your minister they're always busy. And don't be go course and come on, but he did well. And to be honest with you,
we can get in contact with the guy what they call Abayomi Sunday. He and I graduated from Seminary together. He is now the current assistant for information. He the one put out this information today. He is the assistant corporate affairs manager for communication and marketing. So I got his number. I'll call him and see how we can schedule him to come. He's my very good, he's my classmate, my former classmate. We graduated together from seminaries. So I will try to reach out to him and see whether he can schedule a time to come and give us update on the buses, because he the one put out the notice today about the buses.
Absolutely. That'd be
great.
Share
that information with you, say, Amy, maybe if you get a chance.
Amen. We'll make sure to let you know so you can be on to ask all your questions. You
enjoy. Oh no, for now, going forward, I'm available every time.
Yeah, so that'll be great. So guys, I think I gotta go talk to my baby upstairs now at midnight. So y'all, let's
okay. Let me close. Okay. Guys, it was a wonderful show. Regardless of how intimidated we will be, we will continue to speak. We'll continue. Any name you call us is a waste of your time, your vocabulary, and your energy. But we'll continue to speak out. We'll continue to ask questions, because those who ask questions get answered. Those who don't, who sing praises, are left in the cold. And guess what? Because of what? That's why this government is in haste to do what they're doing. So we will make sure we continue to ask questions. We'll continue to hold them to their promises. We did not hold them to promise sister buses. They told us the sister buses were coming in September, and we said, where are they in August, in October? We said, where are they at the end of October? We said, where are they? So we are not going to ask any questions. No. And what Fonatikofa said, we want to commend him for bringing that up. And he said he's not going to support that deal. He's already said. So that's the bold statement. And he said that particular Oriental deal is not a deal for him to support. So he's not going to support it. And look, that's his view. He represents the people, and the people of Grand Crew, District number 1 or 2, are saying no to this deal. It might still go ahead. Yes, because we have a speaker who is a regime speaker. So there's nothing that can stop him, because he got majority. He's going to do whatever he's going to do. They're going to splash cash, to make sure that deal goes through, because it's all bribery at the end of the day. So look, we want to thank our listeners, those who have been following us, wasted their time with us. We want to thank you. Your time is not wasted in so doing. I'm sure you learned something tonight from us, and we also, reading your comments, we learned a lot about how you think as well. So thank you, and come with us again on Monday, and let's have a wonderful show. Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Sorry, yeah, tomorrow.
So, Emmanuel?
Yeah, thank you, sister. Thank you to my brothers on the show. The only thing we have, and that no matter what, that is always going to be part of us is Liberia. Tomorrow, if we can get Ben say, okay, say President Bouakana to the United Party again, I go to different party. She can change party, you know. But one thing she cannot change is Liberia. Even she get Ben say, oh, from today, I'm not Liberian. It can't change it.
Who thinks I need party?
No, I'm not saying you in a party. I said because you are supporting Joseph Boakai and he's not there. And you get somebody who might be somebody. If you let it, for instance, you supporting family and family go ANC tomorrow and you want family to be president, you go support him.
See?
My man, stop making flower about talking about. They were too possible.
Or CMC said.
Now CMC.
But what I'm saying is that what I'm saying when it comes to politics, we can change allegiance. That's the point I'm saying. When it comes to the nation, you can get angry and say because we are a president, so I'm not a Liberian. It's not. That's natural thing you can just say, but it can't change you from being a Liberian. Even Obama, who was born here, became president, who still calling a Kenyan. You know, they still call him Kenyan. How much about all who just down there doing our lady behind, nobody know. Our control always be attached to us. So no matter what we do, anything that is good for the country, we will support it. When we speak, like when President Bouakai won the elections, I did my congratulation post. And in my congratulation letter that I sent out, I said when people disagree with you, it doesn't mean hate for you. Even though in Liberia, people when you disagree, they can support it, they consider it as a hate. I always liken political alliance to hospital, healthcare. Let for instance, since Amy is in New York, God forbid, she falls sick. And the hospital the hospital that's supposed to treat her is in Texas. And then she said, okay, Sam, I can't get a medication, I'm go to Texas and go get treated. And she get a treatment and come back to New York. And the New York doctor or maybe the governor will get angry and say, oh, because you not get treated in our state, so go back to Texas. That's how we treat the politics. If the person you can't do it, the person can't do it, that's just simple idea. Nothing for to hate each other, and give people names and label people. But let's pay attention to what is good for Liberia. If it is not good for Liberia, we should all disagree with it, regardless who is there, and support what is good for Liberia. These things that we are talking about, the positive thing that we are talking about, I pray that they grow. And when people don't become so complacent and say, because they do one thing now and they relax. MTA should not limit themselves to bringing this boss alone. They should go forward. We want to see those bosses come and be digitized, that somebody can swap the card, that everything will be recorded. It's start giving money to cardboard. We get them far and they take $2 from there. They do think they can make that's a way to Liberia can generate over $1 billion if we
back 1 year because he talk about all of those things. So,
if we digitize our revenue system, we ought to get over billions of dollars in Liberia. But because we say giving money to people, so you get Amy $5, then she take out $2, she go report $3. Like that, it's hard for the revenue to grow to that amount, our budget. So let's continue to push our people to do more. That for me, that's from my end. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, you're right. We need to try and push our leaders to do right. Family.
Emmanuel, you have a very good name. I love the name Emmanuel.
The Lord is with us.
You love my name, but you don't love me. That probably I go with you.
And then that's the area you got it wrong. I don't hate nobody, bro. I love everybody. Even that man, you can see what I can call your hair and get confused most of the time. I still like the man. I like the man. I know I always said it more than 100 times. The man is not a smart man, but we still have to manage him. It's okay. Not everybody gonna be smart.
Hey, stop lying to the people. All right.
Get Hassan.
Oh my God, again. What happened to
you? See, this is market. The market and not GMB project here. The market and not GMB project. GMB son, stop lying.
And I don't want Josh left. Is it that the one can make a man excited?
I'm not excited. I just want to do market.
I'm saying on
I'm excited for the market.
Don't call the administration. Hey there,
He is a
stop
funny
lying to the
thing.
people.
He's
All
a
right.
comedian.
As you can see, this is the market. The market and a GMB project here. The market and a GMB project. GMB son, stop lying. You know you're doing well for the government, but what you said, you made big mistake. This is the bull. See the bull out there? That is the bull. If you check on that bull, you will see Umbawa, Fonkande administration. Hey there.
Not part of the government.
Oh dear God.
Well,
But sorry, Pablo, I didn't know that you were on the screen already. Go ahead.
yeah, because I saw that thing and I laughed, and then later on, guess what he did?
What is
Because
it?
he went because the people were giving him a lot
You were
of.
dragging here.
He went live. He said, "Oh, my people are content creator. I get doing it for fun." He said,
He's lying.
But how they can harass anybody who not agree with the government? They were harassing
Yeah.
until you
but the people who are only asking you
Happy
question.
to you, Emmanuel.
But if you say the local government, the local government they
doesn't
won't
pay
do the
that part of
project.
this.
Yeah, who control the local government? Who instituted the local
No,
government?
I was trying to share some kind of funny thing with Joyce when you send it to me because I don't know you myself, friends on Facebook. I want to
send it.
one representative from Niba spoke something in English.
Like who English, eh?
Honorable.
I want to share with Joyce when you were asking this. So I think me share why you're talking and making up your off camera small. I'll come back.
We saw the English that even the deputy speaker spoke, it went viral. Everybody was there. What? That's more English over there. and one of those English that him and Costa were even joking with him on was lashing at him and said the miasma or political and no conundrum or that thing was funny to me the way Costa was pressing on it. He said when the issue about the whole removal process was coming on, when the men went to go afterwards, I said he's in some kind of a miasma or political conundrum. You have to consult his lawyers. He said like you don't speaking big English. When CDC were the one that made you, I said that thing made me laugh. But look, that was a good show, Amy. You know, it's always a pleasure to come
Joy,
on.
I sent it.
Yeah,
In the conversation, we always say thank you for always being with us. You know what we always ask you to do.
I saw this.
Those three things. Always make sure you like.
Reciprocity.
George, your friend closing you.
Sorry.
Leave a comment and also invite somebody to come on the show. You know, this is your own platform. You know, we always come here to cross-pollinate ideas, and unlike some of our brothers who think that we come expressing the men of choir masters and things, but it is fair enough. This is democracy now. Everybody have their will, their free will to speak whatsoever they want to say. And for Councillor Kofa, he got a lot more to the people of Grand Crew really need representation. And I hope they are looking in that direction to reconsider that decision in 2029. Because I think
now you be running 2029.
for him, because he have already signed a lot of illicit and all kind of contract all over the place. The only man who he was speaker, but yet still he already got all the legal contract he won. So we already know how that guy ill-gotten wealth, but we leave that one with the people of Grand Crew that didn't want can have they have that representation, or somebody who can, when they can't shake a friend in hand and leave session, he doesn't sit in session and collect free money at the end of the day. For the bosses, it's a good thing. The government, through the far-sightedness of the new leadership, look, guys, then look, I'm impressed with the innovation that took place at the NTA. The first thing the guys then did was to make sure do a comprehensive feasibility study to ensure that to get the data on how they can ease out the issue with transportation, because we noticed that because of the shortages of the national transit buses, it gave the other guys and the private drivers upper arm to exploit our people, even when they are circular going on, released by the Ministry of Transport that say this is the transport fare, and yet and still the guys then will inflate the prices, and then in the end there will be crowd by the ordinary people. But with the buses coming now, it will help. If you carry a bus, if you carry your cab or whatsoever transport fare all the way up, when the people wait for that NTA, they wait for that NTA, and the NTAs for some of us will really benefit from that NTA.
On the screen.
We benefited from that NTA a lot. And CFA said a lot of good stuff. He said there will be free ride for the elderly. They get that policy that they're going to sign, and there will be a flat rate for students. And you know, students will pay a minimum fare for any distance they're going to, and you know, to and fro. And so he said a lot of good stuff. So it's exciting that, and you know, electricity is stable in the country, water is improving, and we also have transportation, road connectivities, everything getting on par. I mean, we're getting there. Everything will not get 100%, but in 2 years, in less than 2 years, President Bouaka is doing extremely well. We hope and pray that he can do more, because we need more. In the age of, you know, if in a globalization period, we need more, you know. So we want to go back home. We want to go back home. When we go back to a place that we call home, we want to have a place that is conducive, you know. Now the airport, George, before George can take a vacation and go to Liberia, the entire airport will be electrified coming from the airport. You not have highway guys stopping your car and robbing you.
CCTV too.
And left for you, my man. The CCTV that George we said we should put on our houses before and be our own security. You holding your head.
That airport has camera everywhere.
But he knows that. But we talk about
not yet. No camera there.
They're electrifying the entire airport coming all the way. And, you know, and
there are cameras all on our airport.
So now everything gonna be you know, electrified, and will come all the way. They say all the way up to EWA somewhere there. Look.
What is it gonna be? Solar? They better.
So they're going to run electricity on the outer end, and the main center lane. They say they're going to put solar, because that's why the guys.
Will they have somebody protecting it? Because we heard about that sort of thing before. That
well,
people were stealing it.
I think they have already done studies on that. So
they need to do something about that.
What kind of a solar they're going to do? And all the lights are already in the country. The good news about it, all the lights are in the country, and more besides. One big news, Josh, you did not hear. Let me get it before we close, my Liberian people. Let me get break it one. Now our only they've won and only recognized sport page in the country for the first time since I don't know how many years. They have now installed a certified lighting system now at the Samuel Kanyado Sport Complex. So we will not be playing, especially now we are approaching the county meet. We will not be playing some games at night. And look, it is so beautiful.
Is it a light?
I'm telling you, the lighting system that are installed at the SKD is so beautiful, and it's not a joke. Look. On a non-footballing president, Liberia is moving somewhere, and we give it up to the government of President Bouaka. He's really doing extremely well. Josh, you will come to realize it.
All right.
One man, brother.
Now, Josh, girlfriend, whatever. Now even bored what I get. He says solo thing that is comment that George love. Solo tell me on.
No, this is the newer one. From the newer.
There's a newer laboratory, petroleum laboratory for one of the best in the entire region, in the sub-region. In fact, countries in our region are going to be coming to be testing their oil product here at this lab. It's a standard lab. We know, but this is not.
This was built less than 2 years.
Yo. Less than 2 years. But they want a weird project.
Is he serious government? You know.
I know the guys ain't gonna be angry. George ain't gonna be angry when George see one shiny belly and man angry. I said, man, see one thing shiny man say that people here, what you're trying to prove. Man angry. How you guys can even sleep at night? So that can be wondering here.
Yeah. So just wanted to show y'all. at least these significant things that we didn't have in the country. I know people say, how is they putting food on the people's table? Well, guess what? If you don't have these things to make way for the food again on the table, like before, we are not just all about food. Okay. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you.
We have a hospital in Bapulu. They say the hospital will eat. I see people are talking.
If anybody say that, George, if anybody say that, there's something wrong with them.
All the things that CDC people are saying today was said by the United Party in the past. They are chopping like that. The how like men can behave. When they are not there, they don't see anything good. That's why I don't want to be. That's why I don't want to support any political party.
I have a problem with the hospital. If you put a building down and don't equip the building, and you just put it there for something, then that's the problem.
Laboratory, you know what inside? The laboratory you're showing now, you know what inside?
It's about to be functional. What are you talking about? You know what inside?
Why would put inside?
I get
we see no equipment for some president laboratory, but Joe, we are see the equipment inside before we praise the hospital.
Okay,
so we went to school, we did critical thinking. We are not just just say anything to all, they will start jumping around.
Oh, they're critical thinking. But listen, then we'll see this. That's how when it's going to power, the same PRC, what?
We feel well,
something that I'm closing you. Something that
you mean that you watching the show? Why you closing for? You sort of close.
So you disturbing my closing.
Josh, respect, sir.
Go ahead. When you got disturb, you know, bro, disturb you.
So you man of a bro disturb me.
You got disturbed. You know, disturb you.
So you know what, man? Y'all know something I got a button here. Y'all do one more time and y'all going. I don't disturb. I'm hosting a show until y'all can come to a realization to that or of that, you'll be fine. But anyways, like I was saying before I was interrupted, when the government came to power, this entity has been functioning all along. So there's no way they will build a state of the art, something like it in less than 2 years, right? And not equip it and not start functioning, and where everything about that place is functioning. So that propaganda about Joey, I do that, go to something, we shouldn't even listen to it. The hospital that is being talked about, I don't know how many doctors that are working there. I don't know how functioning it is in our region. And if people are okay about hospital now, they're not crying for anything in there, then we can talk about that. But if you just put a building down and you want us to celebrate it, I don't think. And if there's a building too that is not functioning, then I would say the same thing too. So let's not come here with something to be talking about. Oh, because Joey when something. No, Joey did bad, and we talk about it. Wherever they good something doing a campaign, that's when I talk about it. But doing it. I know doing his administration, I never said something about him. So that's what I always telling him. He said, you always say that, and I said, you don't know anything about me doing Judge Riaz says yet. So you can't, there's not one video or anything you can point out to say, Amy, this was you saying negative things about Judge Riaz or government or administration. You will never find it. But anyways, thank you so much, you guys, for coming. Fix Electronic. Please put your picture on there, something here, so we can see you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Clapping for video.
Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you, my brother.
Thank you for being here so much. And we appreciate you. Continue to share the show. Continue to like. Continue to share. Continue to comment. It will not cost you anything. Absolutely anything.
But
okay?
Electronic, you can clap for kleptomaniac.
I know, right? Thank you so much, and please join us again tomorrow.
They say, Good night.
Electronic is a bot.